Okay, so hello and welcome to the first episode of the Web Sputterers podcast. My name is Nathan, and I am joined with my lovely co-host Leon. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good today. I'm excited that we can finally get this made.
A little peek behind the curtain. we recorded a decent amount of this podcast, and then we had some technical difficulties
The
with
whole
our
thing disappeared.
amazing, really high tech podcast equipment. But we are here now and ready to rock and roll. This week we're going to talk about the most anticipated movies, TV shows of 2025, and we also got some just some pieces of maybe relevant news. So yeah, but also we like comic books and we're really interested in this industry. Leon and I met like fucking 10 years ago
Yeah, something like
in year
that.
7. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been,
um,
I want to say friends, but like I'd say that the first like the high school years, we just like knew of each other. And every time we'd cross paths, it was on site on debating about whatever had just come out. I mostly like which was the best Spider-Man because Tom Holland would have been freshly cast at this point.
yeah.
Civil War has just come out, and it's constantly Tobey Maguire versus Tom Holland. Andrew Garfield wasn't even on the table between us, at least back then. Now, very different story. But back
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
we wouldn't even bring him up. His name was not spoken. Uh, but there's also like Force Awakens versus Rogue One versus
Yeah.
the prequel versus whatever. Like it was, we we were friends, but yeah, it was always just like heavily
Anytime any
disagreeing with
pop
each other.
culture thing came out, I was
We
like,
never
I need
agreed.
to hunt this guy down. Bear in mind, listeners, we didn't share a single class together for the whole duration of high school.
Yeah,
This was just purely for hate.
it was literally just like, oh, this thing just came out. I know who disagrees with me. Let me go find him. And it turns out we just did always disagree. But
Yeah.
yeah, those are behind us now, obviously. I mean, maybe not. Maybe we'll disagree about everything
I
coming
mean,
up this
we'll
year as
soon
well.
see on this podcast.
Yeah,
If this reaches the air, well, I guess we agreed on some stuff.
yeah,
So yeah, we like this stuff and we talk and yap about a lot of these things and we thought, shit, better record it, upload
yeah.
it to the internet. So we'll try and do weekly episodes in relevant stuff to what's coming out this year. So if you like this stuff, then subscribe and follow. What's the Spotify rating system? It's a follow, right?
It's follow, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So
Or like add to like
we'll
songs.
start.
I don't know.
Add us to like us on iTunes. So Leon,
Mm,
we got some Marvel Rivals news. So we
mm,
had Invisible Woman, we had Reed Richards added relatively recently, but we've got the other two of the squad coming. So we've got the Mr. Oh, not Mr. Fantastic, Johnny Storm abilities. So
mm.
how do these sound? We've got the ultimate ability, which is a supernova. It unleashed shockwaves to deal damage to enemies within range. During skill activation, the flame field will transform into a fire tornado. How do you feel about that?
All right, that sounds a lot like Storm's tornado thing.
Mm,
And yeah, that sounds pretty sick. Like a nice, like wide range attack. Because I'm planning on, I really want Johnny to be good and like have him be my new main. Because Iron Man and Hulk are getting a bit stale, and also I'm never landing these maximum pulses.
yeah,
Like
it's
that
stale
it's
because
too,
because you suck.
it's too slow. It does great damage, but then I always just seem to miss. The
Yeah.
range isn't good enough, so I'm hoping this ultimate has a lot more range. I can get in and do some actual damage. Um, but yeah, that sounds cool. Yeah. What else you got?
So we got so it says movement ability, plasma body, hold dash to enter a state of accelerated ascent.
All right, that could be. That sounds cool. It could be like Doctor Strange's levitation thing. Hopefully, like a good way
Right.
to evade damage. Just fly
Yeah.
up and get out of the way. Um,
hmm
but yeah,
And we were thinking about if Johnny's going to be constantly on fire or if he's not. Um,
yeah,
and I think when we recorded yesterday, I mean, this is our first time.
yeah. I know what
uh,
you're talking about.
this is our first time, yeah. You thought that maybe he is going to be on fire the whole time, but
Yeah.
I have changed my mind since because on the poster on Marvel Rivals, he is on fire, but there is the hologram on Midtown, and he's not, which makes me believe maybe they have a character model for him at least. And I
Oh, that's
think
a
it
good
would be
point.
more visually interesting if, like, say on this ability, the what's it called again? The
Ascent. I don't
plasma
know.
body, the plasma body. Like bursts on fire and fires up. I think that would be more interesting than if he was like just always on fire and then flies up. I don't know,
Okay,
but
yeah. Although I don't know how I feel about his flight being temporary, because that's like his thing. Like when he's on fire, he's never on the ground. He's always hovering. Same with
do
like they have
any of the
Iron Man
flying
constantly flying.
characters? Yeah, do any of the flying characters have the ability to walk?
No, not like I don't
Interesting.
believe so. Iron Man, he constantly flying. He just hovers over the ground no matter what. Storm as well. Um,
Yeah, I wonder if
anyone
that's a
who's
difficult
like
thing to animate.
anyone who's stuck on the ground has temporary flight. There's no one with permanent flight and like permanent like walking stuff. As far as I know,
Interesting.
I haven't played everyone, but
Yeah.
I've never seen it either. So,
What do you mean? Penny Parker can fly, Leon.
damn,
Have you not
I just
seen Jeff
just
fly?
never paid attention. My bad. I'm busy dying all the time, so I
um,
don't really see it.
yeah, adds up. So we got ability one, Pyro Prison. So this connects flame fields to form a fire wall that deals deals burning damage to enemies. I can read, by the way. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, sure.
So this is like a group wall
Yeah,
situation. I'm
and
assuming. Yeah.
hopefully also defensive. Like hopefully the wall actually blocks attacks too. Because
Yeah.
again, as Iron Man, he lacks defensive capabilities in all ways. Even his like extra fast flight does never gets me out of the way in time. Once I'm being hit, it's too late for me. I'm gonna die. At least
He's
maybe
accepted his
it's just
fate.
me.
It's a skill issue.
Damn.
Ability two, Flaming Meteor. So that dive towards the ground and stun nearby enemies.
Sick. Yeah, that's like Wolverine's ultimate, and sounds like we discussed that it will pair really well with the like burst into a flying ascent, and then fly
Yeah,
straight back down to the next
slam
move. So you
down.
do them right
Yeah.
after the other.
See,
It'd be a great way to
game's
get
got
people.
my brother
I'm
scheming.
already planning.
He's playing ahead.
Yeah, I need to plan this far ahead. Otherwise,
Yeah.
otherwise I'm
To
cooked.
be the Pyro Prison ability could also probably help you with like the domin
Domination.
domination.
Yeah,
Yes, the domination ones. So
yeah, keeping people out. Like, yeah, like the Groot's walls and everything.
yeah, that'd be quite good. So he's also his regular basic attack is Fire Cluster, launch forward a splittable fireball, not to be confused with spittable, which I may have gotten confused about.
Last time, yeah.
Yeah,
Thankfully that footage is deleted. But no, yeah,
yeah. Of Johnny go like,
new voice line added into the game. But yeah, just charging up loogies all the time. Flame on, bro. Um, but no, yeah,
take a picture.
splittable. I don't know if that implies like it will always split, or if you can like second input, so it actually does split up, which
Yeah,
would be
like
pretty
hit
cool.
L1
Um,
to do that or something.
but yeah, so yeah, that sounds really cool. His
Yeah.
entire kit sounds great in theory. I just hope
Let's see
I'm
how well
hoping
you
I
can
can.
play
Yeah,
as
I'm hoping I can execute it.
him.
Oh man.
Yeah. His alternate fire is so Blazing Blast. Launch a fireball to create a flame field at the targeted area. So that kind of sounds like your maximum pulse, or wait, what was it? Ultimate pulse or something?
Invincible pose. No, yeah,
Yeah, that's the one.
or like kind of also like those like healing bubbles, Invisible Woman, and
Right.
what Dagger do as well. I think.
Yeah,
Um,
that's my main.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's cool because obviously Sue and Johnny are siblings, so they have one similar move. I like that in theory.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it'll be interesting to see these actually in action. But yeah, and is that
So
all
Johnny
you've got?
Storm. Yeah, he's sounding really good.
Yeah,
Lots of fun to play. We don't know the things
got
abilities. We just know
that.
he's going to be a Vanguard. So Vanguard.
Yeah.
So rocks. I'm probably assuming
I mean, hopefully he's better than the Hulk, so I can
it's
replace
clobbering
my other
time.
main as well.
Yeah, yeah. What skins do you give the thing? Do you give him that trench coat that was in
Ooh, no,
the
yeah, his like his
2004 one?
his
Yeah,
disguise, his trench coat
yeah,
disguise.
yeah,
I
yeah.
like that.
That would be quite cool.
Um,
Yeah.
of course, could also just always get like a skin of because he's the model we've seen now. He only got like the pants. He doesn't have any top. You might get one where it's like a full body suit thing.
Fan four stick.
No, don't, no, not the naked thing.
We don't
I
bring
don't
that
need to
up.
see his little thing. Like I'm good. Um, but yeah, but I would like just like an original skin, like something just some sick thing, like just thing, like a
Rocks.
big like extra rocky, extra cool monster. Like the way they designed the Monster Hog looks really sick, especially
Right.
the Planet
Yeah.
Scar version. So I would love something
Uh,
like that. But yeah, let's see. I wonder what his moveset is going to be like. I'm very excited.
Me too. I like the thing a lot. So we'll soon see. But we've also got leaked images or rumors about Blade and Ultron.
Mm,
Maybe next season.
yeah.
So how are you feeling
Yeah,
about that?
Ultron's like I would have made him a Vanguard, but he's going to be a support according to these leaks.
How's he gonna heal? Like,
Um,
what's up with that?
but God knows, I don't know. But yeah, like it sounds really cool in theory. Um, and yeah, he's got like sentry bots coming in a lot of his moves that I looked up, so that'd be really cool. I'm excited to see what that's like because it'll be similar to like the Loki clones, I guess. But hopefully they actually
Yeah,
hopefully they do more than just stand there and shoot. Maybe they're a bit more
you
interactive.
could really tell which ones are the
Yeah, you
clones.
could tell which Loki's real.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Blade, yeah, he's definitely gonna be a sick DPS. Like I can't wait to see what he's
I
got.
love Blade. Listeners, I'm always trying to sneak Leon to watch Blade every time he's at my house. Blade's an amazing movie. I also think his victory animation can be him. If you've seen Blade 2, you know what I'm talking about? He's on the motorcycle, he kills a guy with something like chain, and then he rides the motorcycle and then he like checks himself out in the mirror. And I think if they like if they did that, I would buy it. Take my money, please, Marvel.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they have any movie skins for him. Will it be like the original movie, or will it be like his Deadpool Wolverine skin?
Mm.
And have
See,
like
I was
an intro
quite
animation for
disappointed.
that, for like, when he walks through the corridor into the room or some shit and does like a sick pose or some shit.
Yeah. Because there's always that classic scene of him walking in the nightclub in the first scene of Blade 1,
Yeah,
1999. 8, 9? Yeah, one of them. So that would be a cool one. So I would love for more Blade content, please.
yeah. Is that all for Arrivals?
Pretty much. Alright, bad news, Leon.
What?
The Batman Part 2 has been
Oh, my
delayed for
days.
another year.
Yeah, this whole thing. I'm really,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's script issues or whatever.
Script issues. It was October this year. No, 2026. Now 2027. The Batman came out March 4th, 2022. James Gunn says this. So just imagine, like, you know, hat on heart, James Gunn. To be fair, a 5-year gap or more is fairly common in sequels, Gunn wrote. 7 years between Aliens and Aliens. 14 years between Incredibles, 7 years between the first two Terminators, 13 years between Avatars, 36 years between Top Guns, and of course, 6 years between Guardians Volume 2 and 3.
Yeah, I got call bullshit.
Yeah,
He
because
named, I
Tom
think,
Cruise
every.
looks exactly the same.
He named
in Top
every
Gun 1
like what's it
too.
called exception, because for the most part, especially with comic book movies, sequels come out 2 years later, 3 years later. Incredibles
Yeah.
was another one that's like, oh, we never found the right script, and maybe just like gave up on it, and then eventually came around to it
Like,
again.
fuck it.
Fucking
I
Top
like
Gun never
Reflux
planned to have
in,
a sequel, like
yeah,
originally.
yeah.
A lot of these kind of films like didn't plan on a sequel. They came out, they did great money, and then they thought, all right, let's do another one, and then they took the
And then
time with it, or
also
whatever.
with Guardians, you've seen the Guardians of the Galaxy at least in between the movies,
Yeah.
like Infinity War and Endgame. So
And I guarantee you, had they not had to wait for these movies to come out in between, they would have made Guardians 3 a lot sooner. Like,
yeah.
they didn't wait because that's the...
To be
that's
fair,
just what
James Gunn
happened.
was fired
That too, yeah, I
in
forgot about that. I'm
between.
pretty sure
Yeah,
the film was
so-
delayed for that. I completely forgot about
yeah,
that.
yeah. That's something that Disney make you forget. But yeah, James Gunn was fired for offensive tweets that came out like 20 years ago or
Yeah.
something. So yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
a shame
think
we have to wait
that
this long.
It is a shame.
Because we were
but
already going to wait till
Leon and
next
I-
year, October. That's already a long wait. But now it's another year on top of that.
I did watch the Penguin series
Yeah.
really recently, and it is phenomenal. I am really interested in this universe.
Yeah.
So as long as they get it right, I'm hoping for a Robin. But damn, imagine the backlash if it's like, even if the Batman 2 is mediocre, it's still gonna have like, people are gonna lose their mind because we've had to wait so long. So they have to get it right at this point.
Yeah, if they're saying we can't put it out yet because we're waiting to make the perfect script, this better be the perfect fucking script. But again, I do
And then
have
it's Joker
faith.
2.
Because, yeah, we're not having a Joker 2 situation. Come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, I have trust because Penguin was so good and Batman 1 was so good. So the Batman,
Exactly. They haven't fumbled yet.
yeah, so far. The Catwoman
also,
show seems to be cancelled, and the Arkham show
Yeah.
seems to be cancelled, and the Gotham PD show, they all seem to be cancelled. Maybe, I'm assuming Catwoman's the most likely one to pick back up. Because they
For
have...
reference, the first Batman trailer even didn't have a specified like release date. I think it was 2021 with the twos being question marks. Leon, I had short hair when when the Batman trailer came out. So
Yeah.
think about that.
Back when DC
For
fandom
reference
was still a
viewers,
thing.
I have dreadlocks. Yeah, like,
Back when Black Adam was still gonna change the hierarchy of the DC universe.
of the DC universe.
Good times. Good times.
Yeah, what a time. So that sucks.
Yeah.
Now, Leon, we have some news about the Lego UCS set that they're going to release on May the 4th. So they are planning to release the UCS version of Jango Fett's ship. And it was originally meant to be $239.99, but somehow it's now going to be $300. So big price jump. For what reason?
Yes.
Don't know. 2,970 pieces. So it's more than the 2024's TIE Interceptor that came out last year, and more than the UCS X-Wing. Now, my problem with this is that they released a Boba Fett Slave One. They released the UCS Slave One, and they released Boba Fett's starship in The Mandalorian. And they didn't like to use the name Slave in it, so they changed the name of the fucking ship. And now they're going to release the Jango Fett version for £300, even though we've kind of had 4 iterations of this Lego set. It's just slightly different colours. So,
It is
what are you thinking
actually
about that?
extortionate behavior that to pay 300 quid for that. Like it's not it doesn't even appear that often. It's like it happens. It shows up in one movie, and then it gets
Yeah.
immediately repainted.
Literally one movie.
It just doesn't make
Um,
sense.
what ship would you want to be in a UCS model?
Yeah, I don't even know. I think a really cool idea. I don't know how. All right, this would make no sense. I don't know how you would have this be as a set. You'd have it like in your house or whatever. But I think one of those cool like display things they could have at a place would be. Remember in The Last Jedi when that purple hair chick just flies through the ships and destroys them.
Yeah.
I think that ship, like split in half with the big blue glow, would be a sick
Right.
piece.
You know what?
Yeah,
We let him cook, and I need to live it. That's not a bad idea, actually.
yeah. You put me on the
I think
spot
we
with that
went above
question.
the
You
last
didn't ask that
Jedi,
yesterday,
so
and now now I have to randomly think of something.
gotta keep him on his toes.
Shit.
Yeah, I think that's an amazing idea. If I was to make a UCS set, it wouldn't be a ship. It would be lightsaber hilts. If I could have a
Mm.
Lego Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber hilt officially from Lego, take my money.
Yeah, that'd be so sick. Just to have that on display, and then have like the
Honestly,
transparent, like colored bricks on top to make a blade out of it as well.
come on. Think about how much money Lego would make. But that's pretty much all we've got for the news this week. Now, Leon, are you excited for 2025's movies?
Yeah, hit me with the list again.
All right. Well, we'll work down. We'll work
Yeah.
down. So we're starting with January. This is already a better situation than last year. Last year's movies was really rough. Now, listeners, we review the movies at the end of every year. Just as this is just what three probably autistic individuals do, right? Um, but yeah, it was rough. But this year is looking promising. We've got some real bangers this year. So starting off strong, we've got movies January 2025 Into the Deep. Okay.
Very
So
strong.
now this is a shark movie. Leon, how do you feel about shark movies?
I have no opinion. The only shark movie I've ever seen, and I don't know if this even counts. I'm not a shark expert.
Don't you say it. Don't you say it.
I've only watched The Meg, all right? So I
No.
don't have an opinion. I've not even watched Jaws. I don't have, or Sharknado, or none of these things. I have no opinion.
Oh, Sharknado.
But you seem to be very excited. So I'm gonna let you
This is
talk all about this film and why you want
this is
to
a
see it so
brand
bad.
new this is a brand new revelation that Leon's had after 10 years of friendships. We've never spoken about shark movies before.
Literally.
But Into the Deep. Look. I think
I
shark
didn't know
movies are.
that you were a shark fan until yesterday. I didn't know this was a thing until we
I
started
do
recording
animal.
yesterday.
I do an animal course, by the way. Like, I
Yeah, that's
like
maybe
all
like
animals.
lizards and shit. Like I don't know.
But this is where it started. So the Jaws 1, Jaws 3, I think are fantastic movies. I think that shark movies in general are like they are important to cinema. And every few years we try and get one, and usually they fail. At 47 meters down was another one. The Reef was another one I've watched, but the movie that I think is the best shark movie is actually Deep Blue Sea. Amazing cast, fantastic premise. I spoke a bit about it yesterday, but look, Leon and we're going to review this movie.
Oh,
He has no
great.
say in the matter. Let's move on. Finn on the on the Shark Talk. Had to keep it brief. For
Pun
reference,
intended.
I went off for 40 minutes alone on Into the Deep yesterday. That's probably why our fucking computer crashed.
Yeah, you're talking about it for a bit too long.
Yeah. Okay, now what we're very excited for is the TV show coming out this month, which is actually
Mm.
Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. How we feeling about that?
Yeah. All right. I'm I'm optimistic for the writing. I'm optimistic for, you know, I mean, that's basically it, the writing, because everything else we've seen, I'm not too. I mean, like voice acting, I'm sure could be good too. Performances, I'm
Do we
really
know if it's
excited to
voice?
hear things like that. I'm pretty sure it's the same dude that voiced him in, what's it called? What If? So yeah,
Okay, right, yeah. He does a
um,
good impression, at
yeah, he
least.
was alright. I don't know why they didn't get Tom for that thing, unless he just can't voice act. Maybe he just they got him in the studio and he was like,
A
"Well,
wet
Mr.
blanket.
Stark," and then you're like, "Nah, get out. We got to hire a proper guy." Because like that is a thing they keep
Yeah.
doing now. They keep hiring random big name actors to do voice acting roles that they really shouldn't be doing. But
J.K. Simmons
yeah,
is the best example of like
it working
a
like
fantastic actor
perfect
and
both
voice actor.
sides.
Him and Mark Campbell do like just amazing jobs.
Yeah, yeah. Hudson
Same with
Thames or
Clancy
Hudson
Brown as
Thames
well.
is his name, the Spider-Man guy.
Right. I'm not too sure how I'm feeling about the show. Now we probably will do a short video about the 2017 Spider-Man animated show. For reference, listeners, we love Spider-Man in animation.
Mm.
I know that you and I are both fans of the 90s show that came out. Anytime I read a comic, I'm picturing like that voice in my head. Leon loves the Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Um,
peak fiction.
we're not fans of the Ultimate show or
No,
the 2017 show that
no,
much, but we'll review it.
no, no. Yeah, but okay.
Also,
We
the
it
two of
has
us
been a
have
while since we've had a Spider-Man show, and it was unfortunately that shitty 2017
yeah.
one. And that's what I'm excited just to get a new show that is hopefully good. Because Disney Plus, people seem to be hating on their shit a lot. I'm liking what they're putting out for the most part.
They do a lot of good stuff. I
Like
mean,
I like more of the shows they put out than dislike.
One Division, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, goated shows.
Moon Knight,
Leon loves Moon
I
Knight.
love
I
Moon
think it's
Knight.
pretty good. We love the first half of Miss Marvel.
Before the
I
plot
like
kicked in,
She-Hulk.
basically.
She-Hulk, I love. You're unsure about parts of it,
Yeah, it
but
was just kind of boring. I don't know. But
we both had a pleasant experience with the Echo show as well.
yeah.
Though What If is painfully mid, but
Oh,
that's the ones I've got off the top of my head. I'm not
yeah.
sure if I missed any.
We haven't even seen like Agatha and stuff, so like we've fallen out a bit on
Right?
keeping
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
But the stuff we've
But that's just
seen, we've
laziness.
liked. Yeah, exactly. We've liked things for the most part.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the show will be at least decent. But I don't like what we're seeing of the characterization of Peter Parker because he's just like this fucking like how do I say this
Brilliant.
without just sounding like I'm describing actual Peter Parker? Dweeby, loser, fucking spineless dork. Some of those things describe Peter Parker to a T, especially early on, but not spineless. I don't understand why ever since Disney's taken over, like not taken over, but like been able to put out Spider-Man stuff since like 2014, 15 onwards,
He's
he's
a Boy
lost
Scout.
all backbone. He's now, yeah, a Boy Scout loser who will just let people shit all over him and you just take it. Like this started a bit with the Tobey Maguire version, especially in Spider-Man 2. This guy was taking shit from
Yeah.
everybody. And it didn't matter. Where like Comic Peter would not let these things slide. It pains me that he like has no spine, no backbone whatsoever, and no aggression anymore until he's like fully pushed. But like,
Until
think
Aunt May
back,
fucking dies.
yeah, like, come on, think back to the '90s show. This guy was raging in like every episode.
Everyone was his
Every episode,
boss.
he's yelling at someone, he's pissed off at someone, giving someone some snark or something.
Yeah.
Every character who comes in is meant to be an ally. He doesn't get along with at first, and he's just like taking the piss out of them or they're
Beating
taking the
up
piss
all
out of
the
him.
X-Men, Doctor Strange, Wong, all of
Literally.
them, bro. He doesn't give a fuck.
Like he hates everyone. It's I maybe we don't need it to that degree again, but I do
Daredevil.
need him. I do need him to be more, you know, frustrated, annoyed, and like thinks like the world's against him. That's a core part of his origin, when like Steve Ditko was writing and Stan Lee were on him.
Yeah.
I miss that era
But he feels more
of
human that
his
way as
character.
well.
Exactly. Right now, he's just like he's too clean. He's too like I don't know, too like corporate, which is also a big complaint people have been saying about like the Insomniac games. Like everyone just
Right.
talks in this very like everyone's so nice to each other in the same way. Everyone is very PC with each other.
Yeah.
Even symbiote Peter Parker wasn't that bad compared
Symbiote.
to what he
Yeah.
would be doing in the comics if that was a thing. We didn't have the personality influence thing back then, but
Yeah.
if they did, you'd be saying some vile shit.
Let me speak up so Haley can hear.
Yeah, like you would say something like that.
I just offended all of our I just offended all of our deaf listeners. Oh wait.
Oh damn. Oh dude,
Wow.
come on.
All right, sorry. This changed to a very different podcast very quickly.
What the hell, man? But yeah. So yeah, I really need that edge back in Peter Parker, and it's just a shame that, and it's happening a lot in general
Bully
with
Maguire
characters.
was like built different, you know.
Yeah, and he resembled early comic Peter a lot more than
Not
the
his-
rest of him.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's a shame.
I'm
So
excited to
I'm
see. How
yeah,
it
I'm
is.
I'm hopeful for the show. The animation looks like shit as well. I forgot to mention
Oh
that.
yeah, I don't think we've said that.
I-
yet. The animation is crazy.
The art style would have been perfect if it was just a 2D animated show. But
Yeah.
for some reason they made it this 3D cell shaded thing, and it just looks bad. I don't care. It looks bad. Maybe it'll look better when it comes out, but we're like a week away, 2 weeks away. I don't
Yeah.
think it's no. I don't think
Especially
it's enough time.
where like the fluidity and movement of Spider-Man is something so integral to the character.
Yeah.
Each Spider-Man moves in a different way, and that can tell the viewer so much about this version and iteration of the character. You know, like I think Andrew Garfield Spider-Man like moves in such a different way to Tom Holland, who doesn't really web swing, or you got Miles Morales who zips towards buildings like his uncle the Prowler. You know.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see how this turns out at least.
Yeah. I'm hopeful, but yeah.
Leon
Not
and I
too
have a
excited
soft
so far.
spot for the 2003 new animated Spider-Man show,
Yeah. I'm not gonna say it's good.
but we have a soft spot for it because it's
yeah.
a really tight like show, and it was more adult as well, and it showed an era in Peter's life which we don't really see represented well in
Or even
his
often.
story. Yeah. And the only downside to that show was that he wasn't able to fight any real villains. But I am excited for the creative freedom that this new show has, which is kind of ripped a little bit away from the MCU, but maybe we could see more interesting things.
Yeah, because it was originally going to be a prequel to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but now that they've completely abandoned that,
Yeah.
now it's just a variant.
Do you
And
think
I
that's better
hope
or worse?
creative freedom-wise, it's definitely better. Reasons for people to watch it maybe worse, but at the same time, I guess now it's more accessible. You know,
That's true.
so
I
I think overall
that-
it probably is a good decision because like, what would have Tom Holland's Spider-Man done before
I
Civil
think
War?
that Tom Holland's Spider-Man and Ray, for me, from Star Wars, have a similar problem in which I feel like an animated show set within their story would really, really work. Because they're the two characters who should be more popular than they actually are. But people do have issues with them. And like I got issues with those two characters individually. But if I did spend more time with Tom Holland Spider-Man before he met Tony Stark, then maybe I could respect him. But also, he's not going to learn with great power comes with great responsibility again, unless
Yeah,
he
like-
does. If they gave us Tom Holland with Uncle Ben, that would be quite cool. But then this is just going to raise the questions of why doesn't he bring him up like in the fucking movies?
Yeah, so I don't know.
So maybe they are.
It's probably for the best then that they
yeah.
abandoned that.
But the last thing I would say is, I know there were. Was it confirmed or was it rumors if Charlie Cox Daredevil was going to show up?
Oh, it's confirmed. Yeah, he's
It's
voicing
confirmed.
Daredevil in the
Right.
show,
No,
which is
he's
really
got
cool.
such an amazing voice, that man.
Yeah, like, it's so like buttery smooth and like satisfying to listen to. Like I don't even watch the show for the plot anymore. I just close my eyes and just listen to him talk about religion and shit. I don't know, like I don't even
Adds
know
up.
what he's saying. It's just something nice.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So, well, that's January. Have you got any other
yeah.
points about Spider-Man?
No, just hopeful for the writing. Not impressed with the visuals, but
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see what happens.
Sweet.
I just hope it's good.
Um, I want to be blown away.
Yeah.
I want a really inclusive Spider-Man story. Kids can enjoy. We can enjoy.
Mm.
Yeah. But we are not done with Marvel yet because in February 14th we
Mm.
have Captain America: Brave New World.
Yeah.
How are we
That
feeling
I'm
about
excited
that
for.
one? Yes.
Um, but like I am also worried because the amount of reshoots it's gone through is kind of crazy.
Mm,
And on top of that, they also have like, and rumored that the most recent set of reshoots were to cut out an entire character, and that being a character who has caused the other controversy of this film, and that's just the Israeli superhero Sabra, who, like in the comics, if I remember correctly, her inclusion is she comes in and like it's a Hulk story, and Hulk has to like teach this woman to like just because this kid like this Palestinian child dies, and she
yeah.
shows no remorse, and Hulk has to teach her that like teach her empathy and whatever for
Hmm.
Palestinians because they're people too or whatever. It's kind of crazy.
It's
Because yeah,
pretty bad
she's
timing.
in the IDF or the actress is in the IDF or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So they actually cast an Israeli IDF person to play this character. So it's very interesting to see like why is she in this movie? What role is she going to play? What political stance is this movie going to make, if
Yeah.
any? Because I'm surprised Disney would make a stance in the first place.
They
So it was
rarely
just
do.
like very very bad vibes. And very cautious to see what's going to happen. But she didn't seem to be in the featurette they put out recently. I didn't see her a lot in it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to look at it again. So if those rumors are true that they've cut her out entirely,
It's also
then
been
that's
rumored that
crazy.
they have cut out Captain America in the movie.
Oh damn, that's a shame.
Yeah, yeah. It's
uh,
just Brave New World now. So,
yeah, great.
well,
But no, yeah.
actually, to some extent, I know. I think in the Chinese market,
Mm,
they've put Falcon has a helmet now, and Sam Wilson never had a helmet before.
yeah,
So I'm not sure if they're gonna like if that's because he's a black actor, and the Chinese market gets a lot. It's a big portion for Marvel. I
yeah.
know
It's a
Marvel always
lot of money.
accommodate for their target audience specifically. In Iron Man 3, there's added
Disney especially.
scenes. Yeah, yeah. Um, so, and I wouldn't be surprised if they changed the title to just Brave New World.
Mm.
Because first Captain America movie is just called First Avenger. So,
Yeah, because we can't say America in it.
must be very
And
confusing for them.
yeah. Plus, like they've even changed his suit now to like an all blue suit, and like the
Yeah,
suit looks nice. It looks even more comfortable than the white one. It looks better made and everything.
yeah.
But it's not based on his design from the comics, which the white one was. I would have just given him an updated white one,
He
like
got changed
Cap got an updated blue
immediately.
one every fucking film.
Yeah,
He's worn it for one episode less, and now maybe half the film here, maybe less, and then he
yeah,
switches over. I don't understand why. I mean, again, I think it's because now they can put him on the poster with his new suit, cover up his face with the helmet, which they've found a reason to give him because now they'll give him super speed flying or whatever,
yeah,
like jet speed or whatever, which is fair enough. But yeah, it seems like these two things have happened, so now they can put him on the poster and they go, new Captain America, new Steve Rogers film, that's cool.
yeah,
And then they go watch it, and then they get the money. Disney gets the money, and then China doesn't boycott it because black man's the main character,
yeah.
which sucks in general. Um,
It's the
but
world we
yeah,
live in.
yeah. Watch how they
Disney's
make
have done
Harrison
this.
Ford the front of the poster instead.
Wouldn't be
Um,
surprised, to be honest.
Speaking of, actually, Harrison Ford being in this movie is insane. I find it crazy
It is
that
pretty
he's
wild.
in this fucking movie.
So,
Um,
for reference, the featurette came out yesterday,
a few days ago, yeah.
and Harrison Ford comments and he's like, I see all these actors on these Marvel movies, and I want to get me some of that.
Man, it's like Harrison Ford's on the pod with us right now.
Yeah, thanks. This guy is lying through his teeth,
Yeah,
man.
I think it's just like
I'm calling bullshit.
Kevin Feige came to his house with a sniper and like, all right,
With
listen here. You're
with
either
like
doing this
a sack
movie
of money
and getting
and
paid
weed.
bajillions, or and then he's looking like, all right, fine, kid, and then here he is,
Yeah.
and now we got fucking. He hates Han Solo. He hates all these things, but
He
Red
hates
Hulk,
everything.
I would love to do that.
I think the
He
only
didn't grow the
thing
mustache.
that
He refused the mustache.
yeah,
He refuses the hairstyle. He
he's
just
wearing
came
what he's
in.
probably wearing on the day.
Yeah, he probably brought his own suit that he wore in his wedding or some shit. He's like, yeah, this is my president outfit. Let's go. And then bang, here we go.
Yeah.
But, he's a good actor. And I'm excited to see what he can bring. What I'm seeing from the trailers is very nice. I like what we've seen of him.
What I am excited for is now I just finished watching all of Breaking Bad.
I was just going to bring that up, yeah. All right,
Yeah.
go on.
And what is the actor's name actually?
Oh,
Gus.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, this guy's a villain through and through. I just see this guy. He was Moff Gideon in The Mandalorian, amazing villain. Gus is a villain. This guy's my aunt.
He was in The Boys as well.
Yeah, let me guess.
And yeah. And yeah, he's got this, like you said, gravitas, this fucking
Yeah.
aura about him.
Yeah,
And
so
of course,
I'm
he really wanted to be
interested.
Professor X. It's a shame they didn't
Interesting.
make him that. Because
I
he wants
wouldn't
to
be
play a hero.
surprised if they we might see him voice or act Professor X in some form
Yeah.
in our lifetime.
Yeah. I mean, maybe in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Because, again, it's a different universe. Why not? Chuck him in there.
Norman Osborn has waves, by the way.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
We're
We got
excited
Black
about
Norman
that,
Osborn
yeah.
with waves. Finally, we got the comic accurate look. I mean, he's not white with waves, which is the funnier part. Like, that's what I want to see in live action. But sure, a ginger white guy with waves.
Yeah, that's what
Insane
I'm
work.
after. Yeah.
But yeah,
Sorry,
maybe one
side
day.
note. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Giancarlo being Professor X would have been really cool. But instead, they made him a villain again anyway, despite him publicly saying to everyone, I want to be a good guy. But
It's like
I
William
guess
Defoe being a good guy. we
Yeah,
ain't
like,
never
just-
gonna see it, bro.
that ain't happening, man. Like, it happened in Aquaman and no one remembers that movie.
Yeah,
Not that
exactly.
movie. No one remembers his character or anything. So
Yeah.
clearly it didn't work out. But yeah, I'm really excited. If he willingly took this villain role, it's either they paid him a lot of money or it's a good role. Like, there's
You
the
never
two
know with
options.
Disney. Marvel, yeah.
It's either good or just very well paid.
He's already on their payroll as well since The Mandalorian, so
Exactly. True.
he probably just walked down the wrong corridor and then got cast by accident.
You want to put on this outfit? Sure. Why not? Bang. There we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, the action looks really good. All the clips
shield
we've seen of him
still
flying around,
Defies the laws of physics. I like that.
perfect.
It
His
seems
his
grounded.
aerial battles seem really cool.
How do you feel about Anthony Mackie saying it's like old school Marvel?
That's like a good sign,
Yeah.
and I like that in theory. I'm hoping it in execution actually happens. But yeah, if we get more of like the kind of combat we saw in the first episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, where he's like flying
That's a
around
really
chasing
good
those
one,
helicopters, I loved that. I need more of that. And it seems like we're getting that. And now he's got this new like extra fast wings or whatever. His suit's made of vibranium, it seems. So we're gonna get some cool stuff.
One downside that I said to you before off air is that I do feel like the presence of Bucky Barnes is missing in a Captain America movie. He was in the first Avenger, Winter Soldier, Civil War was all about Bucky. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they're mates. They walked off into the sunset or whatever. So the fact that he's probably not in this movie does lead to some kind of concern for me.
It's
But,
very weird that they would leave him out.
yeah.
I don't understand why, but I mean, maybe they're going to say this is set at the same time as Thunderbolts, so that's why he's
You see, we
busy.
haven't had one of those in a while since Ant-Man 2. Um, two Marvel movies happening at the same time.
Yeah, we need that. We need more of that connected universe things.
Yeah,
Like, we
I
need to
think that's
watch Cap 4
something.
and see some kind of hint about, like, oh yeah, called Bucky, but he said he's busy with some shit, and then some shit happens in Thunderbolts or whatever.
Direct
Or
quote.
like, imagine like he calls him and he's like, "Hey man, what the hell?" Like we get like a nice improv thing between Anthony Mackie and Sebastian
Yeah,
Stan,
they have
where it's
such good
like,
chemistry.
"Hey man, where are you?" And he's like, "Man, I'm busy. I'm dealing with something." "You're busy? I'm fighting the Red Hulk here." And he's like, "Man,
I'm
I'm dealing
blowing
with
up
something
this
too right
limo.
now." Yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's
I'm
that
fighting the
scene.
Century or whatever. And he's like,
Yeah,
Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck's the Red Hulk?" "I don't know." And then boom, hang up. Then you watch Thunderbolts and you see that same conversation on the other
yeah,
side.
yeah,
I need that. In fact, I just thought of that right now. I need that now. I'm not going to be happy if the movies don't have that.
yeah. Well, Bucky's just like, I can't fight the Hulk, and hangs up.
Yeah, he has a better chance than fucking Sam, that's for sure. Like the
Yeah,
way in the
I
Thunderbolts trailer, he just knocks that car away that's flying at him. He's got that vibranium arm.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't
Damn,
know what
Bucky's
Sam's
good.
going to do.
Fly.
Also, this film has the return of the leader,
That is
um,
really exciting. Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure Hulk's in it. I don't actually remember if that was
He's
just
been
rumored or not.
popping up in a lot of stuff, so I wouldn't be surprised. Mark
Yeah,
Ruffalo's like just on their payroll constantly.
I
I'm
don't
assuming.
understand how they trust him in all these projects, and not to spoil them all.
Yeah,
But
his inclusion in Iron Man 3 is like probably one of my favorite after credit scenes. Like him talking to
just
Tony
him
on
just
the
sleep. They literally just
yeah.
found him
I really like
in
that.
one of like the changing rooms. They're like, "Hey,
They
quick,
found him. Yeah.
put a camera on him." He'll wake up. He has to do it. And
Yeah.
then, what? What's going on? Wait, you want to listen? No, I'm not a therapist. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be like a pseudo unofficial Incredible Hulk 2 film because we're getting Red Hulk, we're getting the leader, we're probably getting
Yeah.
Hulk. We might even get She-Hulk in it. I'm
That would
pretty
be
sure I
really
remember
cool.
that being rumored. But this was
Yeah.
all way ages ago. I haven't heard about these things since then.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, we'll see, I guess.
Okay, so another point is that the Captain America movie, does it look kind of weird to you?
It looks funky as fuck. I don't know. Like all the indoor scenes and with their proper lighting and thing, they look fine. Outdoors, I don't know what's going on.
It's like
If
they have
it's
Minecraft shaders on.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the volume or if it's green screen or
Yeah.
like post saturated
It's a lot of
saturated colors in
reshoots.
post. The reshoots, everything. Yeah, it just all the shots with the Red Hulk outside and everything. They all look weird.
Yeah.
The blossom trees and everything. Everything just looks slightly off.
Maybe it'll be better in motion in the cinema, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, yeah, most Marvel movies recently have been all looking funky in some way anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not a deal breaker, I guess, anymore. Even
Yeah.
though it's a bit of a shame that's the point we're at now. Um, but yeah,
Because I recently rewatched the first Iron Man movie, and
mm,
so much of that movie still looks incredible because it was filmed on film, and it used like a lot of practical elements to the suit, so it just looks fantastic. Um, but I guess we'll see what this movie
yeah,
is like. I guess, yeah. But Leon,
hmm
we have The Witcher, Sirens of the Deep. Now, when I was writing this list, I thought maybe you'd have some Witcher knowledge or content. Do you got
mm.
anything for me?
Unfortunately, no.
Right.
It's a
Great
game
start.
franchise I have not played. Um,
Henry Cavill was in it.
he was in the live action show,
Yeah,
yeah,
this
but
is an
he
animated
wasn't even
show.
really happy with the show because it wasn't apparently faithful to the game story, and he kept
Right.
wanting them to be more faithful, and they just wouldn't
And
do
he's
it.
a nerd, just like us,
Yeah,
me and you. We're
exactly.
basically Henry Cavill.
Just minus all the muscle, all of the muscle he's got. Take away all of that, and then you got us.
Yeah, we're him.
Oh, and the fame and the talent. Then you got
Yeah,
us,
thanks.
and the fact that he's like 6 foot 500. But then you got us.
Hell yes. Well, swiftly moving on.
Yeah.
What we are both excited for, another animated property, is Invincible Season 3. How are you feeling about that?
Mm, I'm so excited for Invincible. Season
Yeah,
1 and 2, so good. Season 1, you and me binge watched across like 2 days.
yeah,
Uh, just on a random day, you just felt like, hey, randomly, I want to watch Invincible, and I just so happened to be free for
yeah.
once,
That never
and
happened
then
again.
yeah, we're never both free at the same time, but
You're
and then yeah,
filming this in
we
a
just
cupboard right now or something.
yeah, no, I'm in a yeah, something like that. But yeah, and just so good. I had this end of episode 1 onwards, we were on the edge of our seats.
It's
It was
amazing.
incredible.
Robert Kirkman's Image Comics, yeah, fantastic. I love the Walking Dead comic book series. I think that this is a fantastic adaptation. Um, Mark's getting a new suit. I love Debbie. It looks like Mark's brother's getting a lot of screen time. It's like a Robin sidekick
Yeah.
type thing. I'm really excited to see J.K. Simmons as Omni-Man again.
Yes.
I just
Oh my
have no
days.
clue what is going to happen, but I am here for all of it. I love
No,
just
yeah.
being a viewer.
I'm just because I'm glad. Yeah, I don't read the comic. I don't know
Yeah,
anything coming up. And whilst I've wanted to read it because the show's so good, I've chosen to not because it's. I just love being like not knowing anything. I know two things coming up really.
I think we all know one of them.
One of them we all know about the thing that's happening eventually.
The
I was worried it
Fang.
was gonna happen. It was gonna. I was scared it was gonna happen in season 2 when she showed up. But yeah,
Yeah,
we not just yet. But yeah, it will probably happen this season or next season.
yeah,
Uh, but yeah, I know another thing with Eve and stuff. But yeah,
right.
other than that, I know very little, like almost nothing.
Explode had a really fantastic fucking character arc in season 2, which blew my mind.
Yeah, and he
Um,
somehow survived the most insane death. We had one of the most insane deaths we had on screen by that point.
yeah,
Don't know what the hell happened there, but I'm all
but
for it. I don't
I
really care.
am all
I'm
for
glad he survived.
everything. Yeah, yeah. So, Invincible season 3, fantastic.
Yeah,
They're not
the new
doing one of
suit.
these.
I'm not happy with how it looks in this art style, in this animation and everything. The show in general, I don't love how it looks. In fact, I
Right.
can say
Yeah.
I straight up dislike how it looks.
Off air,
The
we were talking about how was it composition, lighting has
yeah,
really negatively affects on the show. Or
yeah,
just like they're off.
like the show could look so much better very easily, even with the same art style and everything, which I think is very bland. Like the Young Justice style of animation, which just keeps everything looking very generic and samey.
Yeah.
But you know, it could still look better just the way it is right now, with just a few tweaks done in post, um, which
Fix it
we've
in
seen
post.
people do. We've seen people do online before, and we'll probably keep doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would really like the show to put a bit more time in the animation. But regardless, I just yeah, the art style as well is a big thing for me. The comic has such a distinct style. It like two
Yeah.
main ones, the early ones and the later ones. But yeah, I wish the show, which originally it was gonna have like a more comic inspired like designs to it, but then we just abandoned that for some reason. I don't know why. If it looked so good, probably harder to animate. But again, that's because they didn't want to put the time in the animation. Like it's, ugh, whatever. It is what it
Yeah.
is. But yeah, I really do hope one day we get something better because the same animation studio that does those like diner teasers that season 2 and 3 got,
Yeah.
with like Seth Rogen's character, those are animated super smoothly, super well, composited really well. But they don't do the animation for the show, just those teasers. They're doing Creature Commandos, and that show looks pretty good right now.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
uh, it's just a shame, really.
The fact that the script is that good, it really puts things into perspective.
Yeah,
I
like
just really wish, yeah, it looks a
such a
little
good
bit
show,
better.
really.
But
Um,
there's
and I
no
can't
mid-season
wait.
break this season as well.
Thank God. Yeah, we're starting with 3 episodes on the on what,
Yes, this is
February
what's got me
6th or
down.
something.
Yeah, so we've got shit, man. I didn't write down the date.
I'm pretty sure it's February 6th.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
3 episodes and then weekly. And I just know the third episode is going to end on the biggest cliffhanger that we're going to have
Oh
to
my
wait a week
god.
for. It's going to piss
Yeah,
us off, but I
yeah.
can't wait.
I'm gonna be screaming at the fucking TV, bro.
Like Debbie's going to like almost die or something.
No,
I'm
not
like, no!
Debbie.
But yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what they're cooking up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see, did I have any other points for that? Mark versus Cecil? What is going on there? I'm very curious.
Oh,
Whoa.
that's a big thing. Is we want Mark to actually lock in this
Yeah.
season.
Like, he
He's
finally
looking for the
killed
fight.
Angstrom last season, but
Yeah.
bro, you gotta be doing more of that. Well, maybe not even just the killing part, just winning. Just the winning part,
Win,
please.
Mark. This guy is not living up to the name.
Yeah, Invincible gets his ass beat every episode.
Bing.
Like, it's embarrassing, man.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
but yeah, hopefully he locks in. Apparently, this new blue suit thing is the equivalent of like, it's like similar to Peter's black suit thing. Like,
Oh,
there's no actual possession or anything, but he goes on that
shit's
kind of
about to
like,
go down.
he's in that era now. Now we should be expecting him wrecking face.
Okay.
And I hope that this is true. I hope
Yeah.
the people aren't lying to me.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I'm really excited.
That's good. Yeah, fantastic. I want to see where all the characters are at. I love Seth Rogen's character.
Yeah, he's super
Let's
funny.
go.
Like,
I'm so glad
yeah,
it's soon. Trailer dropped. It was like it's coming out next month. I'm like,
yeah,
bet.
I can't wait. I'm locked in.
Yeah. February. We are now into March.
Mm.
Now, kicking off March, we've got something that I am probably most excited for. This is Daredevil Born Again.
Daredevil. Oh my days, that trailer's so good.
So
They
good.
both are, bro. I'm so excited. The worst part is, okay, sorry, I'm not caught up on Daredevil. uh, I'm missing out on apparently the best season, and that's season 3, obviously.
I don't know if it's the best season, but it's probably got my
A
favorite.
lot of
character
people say it
moments.
is. Um,
Season 1 really still holds up, but yeah, season 3, and also there's less filler in it. I think that's why I perceive it as the best season.
right, yeah. So, yeah,
It's really to the point. It's Matt, it's Wilson Fisk, and like they're going at it.
yeah, that's great because yeah, I watched season 1 and 2, and then it's like, oh, well, I gotta watch Defenders to go into season 3. Okay, but let me watch all the other shows leading up to Defenders. So I watched Luke Cage season. I watched Jessica Jones season 1. That was pretty good, but it dragged, like
Yeah.
lengthwise. But I was really liking it. Then I watched Luke Cage, which was also I was liking a lot, but I also think went on too long.
He can
That
stop
first season.
the plot, like
You could kill the bad guy immediately, and it just
he
didn't happen.
really can.
But
You know, invincible.
same with Jessica
Cage.
Jones.
Yeah, man. Bulletproof skin. He really could just stop it. But there's more episodes to run.
But yeah, and then I never got beyond that. I didn't watch the second seasons of those shows. I didn't get to Iron Fist. I didn't.
Oh.
I think Iron Fist was the next one I was meant to watch.
We
but
would
I just
enjoy
didn't.
watching Iron Fist. I feel like
Would we?
watching you watch Iron Fist would amuse me.
I don't.
It's written really weirdly. But I like Jessica Henwick's Colleen Wing. It's just
Okay.
cool. Defenders gets the shortest amount of episodes, considering it has the most amount of characters to cover. I'm really hoping that Born Again streamline and it's similar enough to the. It takes the good things from the Netflix shows and leaves some of the dragon bones and filler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah. Because I mean, I didn't get to Defenders, but that is something that just baffles my mind. Like hearing that plot line explained by you makes it makes no sense to me, and I'm not really looking forward to seeing it. But eventually, I will have to. I do need to catch up right before this show comes out
We
because
could do an
yeah,
episode maybe about Defenders, as that's the shortest one, or season 3. You should watch season 3 because
yeah. I need to watch season 3. Yeah,
Bullseye's going to be in Born Again as well.
yeah.
I love the new suit. I think that looks awesome. and like that, it feels like a natural progression. We want to know who got blipped. I think this is
Yes,
very important.
it's very your theory that Matt must have been blipped for Kingpin to get into power this way after the
Yeah,
ending of season three.
yeah.
It should be the only way possible that happened.
One of
Um,
them should have be dead for the other to successfully rise. I like the
yeah.
idea that Matt maybe had to work overtime while Kingpin was dead, um, just dealing with all the street level crime. I
Mm.
think that's like a neat idea. So I'm not like like wishing for one specifically, but I think that if the two of them both lived or was just not addressed, I'm not too sure how I'd feel about that.
Yeah, and I mean, in the trailer, we got obviously Kingpin makes like says, "Oh, why did you quit being a vigilante?" And Matt says, "Oh, a line was crossed."
No, maybe
Um,
Karen and
someone,
Foggy were blipped.
maybe, yeah,
Yeah,
and that's why he stopped. So yeah, maybe he did survive and that he quit during that time anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what the answers to these questions would be. What
I
else?
do like.
Also, what's happened to Frank Castle? Because like he looks fucked. In the like he's
He's got a
growing out his
beard
beard and
now.
everything, and he's like holding hatchets around, swinging them around like
They
crazy. Like I
killed
don't
his
know what's going
family
on.
again.
Hmm?
They killed his family again.
Oh no!
Like
He
maybe
gets like
he's
a
got a
nice
new
adopted
family.
family and
Yeah,
everything. Found fam. We'll get a Punisher
new
season
kids.
3 or 4. It's a found family, and then halfway through they just all disappear. He's like, no, not again. Oh man, that'd be
So
so funny.
funny.
I
I
mean, we
actually love
are
that.
apparently rumored to be getting a Punisher show. Um,
Right. I
so yeah,
didn't finish the Punisher.
I didn't start.
I think the
All I
first
know
five
about it
minutes were good.
is apparently he just keeps like every season. It begins with him abandoning the Punisher name and logo, and then
Yeah, and then
the show
coming
goes
into
on, and
it.
then he puts the suit back on, and he starts being Punisher again. Like, I'm the Punisher. But yeah, I hope that's not
I'm the
something he does
Punisher.
this season as well. Like, I don't need to keep seeing this kind of arc. Like, those are very annoying to me in stories in fiction where
Yeah.
like a character repeats their arc over and over again.
Oh, I
Um,
got something to say about that later on.
Yeah, because like like random you don't watch Dragon Ball, but there's a there's a character or two in Dragon Ball that have that same kind of thing. There's a character who like, oh no, I hate fighting. I don't like to fight, but I have to fight. I'm the strongest one who could do this. I have to protect the planet.
Right.
Boom, they do it,
Yeah.
and it's like cool. I understand. I'm the guardian of this planet. Gohan, for those who do know what I'm talking about. Um, I do know. I mean, I am the protector of this world. I have that responsibility. Then time skip. Cut to he's not the main character. We cut back and he's like stops training, he's fallen out of it, and he's like focusing on his studies or whatever the fuck. And then he's too weak for the next foe. He gets his ass fucking dogged, and then he's like, "Nah, I need to take things seriously again." Then he comes back, he's been serious again. Then he slacks again. It keeps happening over and over again.
Oh, I
Oh, how do
see.
I balance my work life and my fighting life? He learns the same lesson over and over again. That yes, you can do it. You can do both, and then he doesn't do both. It's really frustrating.
It's like if
Um,
Aang just like fell in and out of learning the different elements and like just fucked off back to the iceberg or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that'd be frustrating as hell. Or if like
Yeah.
every like if we got more seasons after that, if every time he had to fight an opponent and it's like, oh, you gotta kill him, and he's like, oh, but what? I shouldn't kill. It's bad. Like it's the same file or conversation over and over again.
Yeah.
Like it'd be boring and
Yeah, because
annoying.
Aang and Korra are very, very different like
Mm,
protagonists, but that's a that's a big side note.
yeah,
Yeah,
random.
but Daredevil, yeah, really looking forward to it. I'm glad everyone's back. I want to know answers.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. What else have I got? I'm wondering possibly uh, Echo might show up because Kingpin's in this
Right?
and they had the
Yeah,
whole
that's
thing.
true.
Um,
Uh,
She-Hulk could maybe show up, maybe in like a lawyer scene, maybe not an action thing.
yeah, probably won't break the fourth
Um,
wall.
I
I think
hope
that's
not,
only
to be honest. Unless it's like
exclusive to
a
her
subtle one,
movie.
like her maybe just like looking at the camera, but not actually
She
saying
winks
anything.
at the camera.
Yeah, like
Where she
someone
does
says
like
something weird,
a
and
Jim
she just turns
Halpert,
and looks at us like,
yeah,
yeah, a Jim Halpert thing. That I would like that.
yeah,
But yeah, nothing too crazy.
yeah.
And I don't need her coming in doing fucking like thunderclaps and
Hi
everything
guys,
to,
look at me.
yeah. But yeah, just like kill Kingpin by accident. And like, oh, sorry, I thought,
Even
well,
just
that's what
as
we're
like
doing.
just as a lawyer, not even she hulked up.
Yeah, I would prefer just like a courtroom scene, like they're against each other or some shit. I
Yeah.
think that'd be pretty cool.
Matt's met the Hulk and the Hulk's son, so like,
Yeah, I forgot
I
the
want
Hulk
to
has a
know.
son.
Yeah, I want to
Holy crap!
know about that. I'm a
We
big
need to
She-Hulk
pick up on
fan,
that
so
again.
yeah, yeah. We could rewatch She-Hulk.
Mm, I'm good. um, but yeah, and also we obviously got looks at Muse and White Tiger in this show, and I like
Yeah,
their costumes a lot. White Tiger
yeah,
got a lot of like, oh, his suit looks like shit when we saw some like behind the scenes set photos a few months back. I don't know how we haven't learned our lessons yet about this kind of shit. They
yeah.
always look weird behind the scenes,
Every
and then
day.
they look a lot better
Like
in
remember
the
the
thing.
fucking Black Panther
The Black
reveal?
Panther suit is
Yeah.
the exact perfect example.
Superman.
Yeah, literally every time it happens, every single time.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and then, but yeah, Muse's costume, like I think we've only seen the mask, looks spot on to his
Yeah.
comic look. So I like that a lot. And yeah, I
Speaking
think
of
that's all I've got.
costumes, Matt's got different cowls in the trailer, so
Mm,
that's pretty cool. I was worried about if Melvin is still making the suits or if it's the other guy from She-Hulk. I just like Melvin Potter.
yeah,
I want to see him
you're
more.
his biggest fan.
I am his biggest fan, yeah. So, but I guess we'll see. I
Yeah,
want him to wear at least another suit as well.
yeah. Because yes, at least one or two of those cows he's never won before.
Yeah, Back in
I hope.
Black is a comic book series that I read, and that's where he wears the black and red costume.
Yeah,
It's mainly black. I like that one a lot. So, yeah, for reference, listeners, I love Daredevil. He is my favorite comic book character next to
damn.
Spider-Man and Batman. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Because he's a mix, of kind of the two characters. Last thing, I want to see him swing more on the
Yes.
batons.
And I mean, we saw the behind the scenes thing of him doing that. So
Yeah,
hopefully, I hope that's not the only example of him doing it
yeah, that's
because
the
we
thing.
we haven't gotten any more since then, any more
Yeah,
shots of catching him do that. But
yeah,
hopefully, yeah,
that'll be
he
sick.
swings around because like,
Yeah,
especially as a kid, I don't know. I just got the perception that he's always swinging around. He's literally
me
like Spider-Man
too.
too.
Yeah, because
Apparently not.
anytime I picture Daredevil, it's the skin tight costume and it's the two string baton situation he's got, and he's like jumping off a building or something.
Yeah,
That's what I'm always picturing. And in Lego
Marvel
Avengers,
superheroes.
Marvel superheroes, yes, he swings in that. So I thought that was his thing. So yeah, I'd be down to see some more of that.
Yeah.
But Leon,
Mm.
you could take the the lead on this one because in April we have Hurry Up Tomorrow,
Oh yeah.
the movie. What's this?
Yeah. So this month actually, in 31st of January, we're getting. This is like completely unrelated to comic book movies and stuff, but it's The Weeknd's final album as his persona of The Weeknd, and it's the final piece of this trilogy of these last two albums he's put out. But
Yeah,
he's also got an accompanying movie coming out that's apparently tied to this album. Um, and one of the songs from the album is going to be like the lead single for the movie, or whatever. But for the most part, that movie's going to have like original music by him and I think Mike Dean because they are inseparable
classic.
at this point.
Yeah,
They can't stop making things together. Their soundtrack for The Idol is amazing.
fantastic.
Thoughts
Love it.
on The Idol on its own? Yeah, people didn't love that. I didn't hate it. I think it was alright.
Maybe we'll do a video on
It did have.
it.
It did do a bit too much. It was doing a bit too much of itself, especially with sex scenes and stuff. But I think the actual plot and characterization of the show was good. And I think for
Yeah,
the most part, the acting was pretty good. Abel, new to acting. I don't think he did a terrible job. I think people just for some reason misunderstood what the
Tedros
character
was
he was
my
playing.
best villain that year.
Yeah, because he's just despicable. I just hate watching him.
I just
To
felt
me, that was a
uncomfortable.
good thing. Like that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
what he wanted, but
yeah.
people seem to think that it was unintentional. I don't know, but yeah, the show's not perfect at all. But I like the music. The music to me is perfect.
And it
The
looked
main theme,
fantastic.
it looks good, and yeah. So this movie, I'm very excited for. It's got Jenna Ortega and Barry Cogan. I don't know how you pronounce it. Um, but they're great actors, so I can't wait
Yeah.
to see what this is about. They've said nothing but nice things about him as a person and as an actor as well. Um, so I mean, and the director, they're all saying Abel's apparently a good actor in this movie. So we're gonna see. I'm not expecting any Oscar noms, but we'll see what's it about. It's apparently a loose like adaptation of Misery.
Right.
And the general synopsis of this film is like there's a superstar who Abel plays, and he has a stalker who's chasing him, which is Jenna Ortega's character, and he has to try and
That's the
like,
dream.
um, and it's that is the dream. But yeah, it's now the inverse of before, where it's like the idol was Lily Rose Depp was the star, and he's the guy who can't sing and no talent whatever, and he's the
Yeah,
one
yeah.
who's like falling after her. And now we're getting the exact inverse. Now he's actually playing his type, or at least his like job. We'll see what
Yeah.
the actual character's like. But yeah, if it's tied to the album, I doubt this character will be too different to his persona that he's been having in the music. So I'm really excited about that. That I'm locked in. I'm first day. I'm there. If this film's ass, well, better luck next time. I really hope it is good for him
the,
because he's getting a bad reputation at this point with live
the
action.
soundtrack is something you could probably rely on to at least be banging. So
Yeah,
you
the
would
music will be
get
good, but
enjoyment from
I want
that
him to redeem
alone.
himself in the eyes of the people for the idol. Because again, the idol didn't hurt me, but a lot of people
Yeah.
hated it. So I hope
Uh-huh.
people watch this film, and go, oh, he actually wasn't that bad, and then give him more of a chance and other stuff because he's done a lot of voice acting and he's been doing good at that. So yeah, hopefully this all works out for him. But yeah, we can move on to the next thing. My little
Well,
autism runs over.
something that might be maybe just as controversial is the Minecraft movie.
Yeah, you're right.
Jack Black, Steve.
I am Steve. Um,
I don't
Having
know
watched the
about this
second
one.
trailer, because the first trailer left me with so many questions. I don't know what the hell was going on. The second trailer cleared up a lot of it,
Yeah.
and I'm very confused on the direction this film's taking. Because, okay, let me go to my notes for that. So we got Steve's a real human. He is not a square man like the rest of the Minecraft world is. Also,
Yeah.
actually, let me go even further back. When I heard Minecraft live action movie, I thought the whole world would be real. The spiders would be giant spiders that look like spiders. That zombies would look like zombies and whatever.
Yeah.
Not they would all look like movie versions of the game models. That's not what I was expecting us to get. And then when we did see that, I was thinking, oh, so Steve's obviously then not live action. He's actually just going to be one of these 3D cartoon. Oh no, he's Jack Black, just Jack Black.
It
Not even
broke
the right
that guy's
haircut.
heart.
Not
You know
even
that.
no, yeah, the guy,
Steve guy, yeah.
the square jaw guy. He really
Yeah.
wanted to play him. And Steve is not white, bro. Like I don't care what anyone says. Steve's got melanin on him, and
They
yeah,
did
they've
my
cast
brother
Jack
dirty.
Black. But yeah, so now here we are, and he's from the real world, and he discovered a portal into the Minecraft world, and now they're treating it like they're just pointing in the blocks land they're treating it like it's a VR video game. They even
Yeah.
have Jason Momoa's character say, 1980 whatever, I was a video game like he won a tournament in the video game or whatever, some shit.
Yeah.
So they are just gonna say, gamers are gonna thrive in this Minecraft world because it's just a game in real life. It's too ominous for me. And something like people don't think about, the Minecraft world has actual lore to it that you can
Yeah.
like secret lore you can find and stuff.
You
And
can. There are hints to a wider narrative.
yeah, and the creators have always like when they're putting out these new updates, they're saying like, yeah, it's gonna add to the lore in some kind of way. They never really elaborate. But I'm watching the game theories that MatPat was putting out,
Yeah.
and you know, not obviously the theories. There's no confirmation on any of this stuff, but I love what's being told there, like this kind of story about these ancient builders, this race of builders who may be turned into Endermen and all these things. Regardless
Yeah.
of any of that is true, I wish this film was spent doing that, like giving more
It
hints about
seems
that
like a
lore.
cheap attempt to just because it's a named franchise to get
Yeah.
bums in seats. But for me, I think what I would have rathered have is more of the. Did you ever watch the or play the Minecraft Story Mode game?
Uh, a teensy
Telltale
bit,
game.
but yeah,
Yeah.
that's
See,
another route they
something
could have gone.
more like that, I think works, and I think what they've done is just very, very wrong and upsetting to me.
Yeah,
And it's
I'm
not my
not
least
for it.
favorite thing of like the Smurfs, but in the real world, or Sonic in the real world. It's like I don't want to see real people in the fake world, or I don't want to see
Yeah,
the animated people in the real world. I just think it's wrong, Leon.
yeah. I mean, at least
Yeah,
Sonic was redeemed itself in the later films, but its basic premise of the first one I wasn't up for at all.
yeah,
And I don't like how they locked themselves in that. You know, like oh, they're on Earth, and Earth is like in the games. Earth is just it just has animal people in it and human people. That's just a thing that you accept.
yeah,
Uh, but then in the film, it's like no, it's a different universe. Green Hill is a different universe, and then Earth is just regular Earth, and now here they are. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't really love that, but you know,
My
Sonic 3 is peak,
last
so
note
I'm
about
gonna forgive it.
yeah, my last note about the Minecraft movie is: would the objective be to kill the Ender Dragon?
I would hope so. I would hope they'd at least get
If
that
that's
right.
beating Minecraft, then that should be the objective, right? And then part
Yeah.
two, destroy the Wither or something, or this is the Nether or something stupid like that.
I mean, if
Um,
anything, actually, the Nether should come first.
yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't know what this film's about. It just looks fucking weird.
It's
Um,
such a strange choice, right?
yeah,
But
but I mean, not as strange as of an adaptation as one of the other things on this list.
well,
But we'll get there when we get there.
in April we also got the Until Dawn
Oh,
movie.
never mind, we're there. Okay,
So
cool.
smooth segue.
Perfect, actually. This, oh, I was okay when they announced Until Dawn, the movie. I'm thinking, okay, do we need that?
Sick.
This game already looks like a movie, and also it
Not to
has
mention it
multiple
got a
choice endings.
remaster as well
Yeah,
this
but
year.
that's
Well,
obviously to tie
last
into
year.
this movie's
Yeah,
popular. Like they're gonna fuel each other in popularity.
yeah,
It's the same thing they did with Sonic 3, Sonic Generations getting a remaster, but they added in a
right.
Shadow campaign, and then the Sonic 3 came out with Shadow as the main like new character into it. So yeah, it's
And
just a nice way to promote each other.
for reference, listeners, me, Leon, Hidefa, who you will meet on the podcast, he is on the YouTube channel. The three of us sat down many times and we've played Until Dawn. We've played House of Ashes, Devil in Me, um, Devil Maybe Do It. We are really big fans of the Dark Pictures universe, and we have really made an effort to try and keep all of our characters alive. It's probably the most
Yeah,
fun we've had as a group. And the story
probably
of
yeah.
Until Dawn is really bonded us together, you know?
And a game that has multiple endings like that. Which one's the film going to go with? That already is a thing I don't really like because like already video game movies take away the immersion of you being the character.
Yeah, yeah,
But now on top of that, you choosing your ending or like, trying your best to and then maybe failing
yeah.
and getting an ending you don't like. But that's all gone now as well.
Uh,
Instead of making it like a TV show where like you watch episodes in a certain order and you get the ending or like get a
oh,
different
that
ending,
would
that
be
would be a cool idea.
really cool, yeah. Like that Black
That could have been
Mirror
something they
thing.
got. Yeah, just like the Black Mirror thing.
Yeah.
They should have done that. But instead,
Damn, Leon,
we're
why
getting
didn't they hire
not
you?
only not only are we not getting that, not only are we not getting them picking one ending, not even them making up a new ending just for the film, which would also be cool. But they're instead doing none of it. They are making a brand new horror movie that adapts almost nothing from
I
the
don't
game.
even like hate the idea, but it's
It
not.
seems like a
It's
cool idea,
it's
but
not
it's
Until
not Until
Dawn.
Dawn.
And the thing
It's a
is,
different fucking movie.
the story of Until Dawn has got such a amazing narrative because you've got the whole Hannah Beth dying arc situation, and then there's also hints and pieces of lore towards the miners being trapped and the Wendigo arc, and then these two different narratives are brought together in a beautiful way. Also with Josh being the sister and being like a clown killer, but then there actually is a real threat out there, which links into the miners' cannibalism thing. Incredible,
Yeah,
right?
like
And then there's different endings that you can get. And I like that there's an objective: survive until dawn. So why would they change? Why would they change that? Or at least give me one of them, like one of these narratives.
yeah, and instead we're getting a film where people are they are trapped in a house where like people are dying 15 times or something. Like they die, they come back to life, they die to a different threat. They come back to life,
Yeah,
they die to a different threat. It's
the
like a
Happy
Groundhog
Death
Day
Day
thing.
is
Yeah, it's like
a
it is Happy
movie.
Death Day.
Yeah, yeah, I've
Um,
seen that one.
but then it's a different threat every time. So one of them is the killer that what's his name? Fucking James John fucking
Josh.
Josh Jimbo fucking whatever. His mask outfit is in there.
Yeah, the
And then
Wendigo design somewhat in there.
two different Wendigos. There's one Wendigo that looks straight from the game, another
Yeah,
Wendigo that has like looks almost Wendigo, but she has like the full hair of the sister who's missing or whatever. So
yeah,
she's not as Wendigoed, I guess. Um, or maybe the Wendigo like progresses over the film and gets more and more decrepit. That's
yeah.
fine by me, I guess.
We ain't seen that though.
But then there's other random killers in there, and
Yeah,
then there's 15 apparently. That's what they imply. So, oh, every time we come back, we die a different way, or we die to a different thing. I forgot. I think that's what they said.
yeah.
So,
Very,
different things are
very
killing us every
strange
time,
choice.
and it lasts until the previous people in the house have only survived 13, not survived, died 13 times, and then it cuts there. 13, 15,
Yeah,
I forgot the number. So it's like, oh, we have to survive until dawn, and then we can break the cycle or whatever. But like, what is this plot? It
it's
sounds cool, but it's not the game Until Dawn.
yeah.
Which makes it even funnier that PlayStation put out this trailer as well. Like, we posted it on their YouTube channel. We're like, yep, this is
It
Until
feels like
Dawn,
they
just like
made
you
a
guys
deal,
remember.
and it's like, well, I guess we have to do this.
So weird. I don't
Yeah.
understand. Um,
So yeah,
only God
strange,
knows what's going on there.
strange choices.
Yeah.
But in no specific date, but in spring of this year, we've got The Walking Dead, Dead City season 2. I have seen all of The Walking Dead and most of the spin-offs. Leon hasn't seen any.
Not even a single episode.
Right, okay. Then I'll keep this very brief. This is about the characters Negan and Maggie. Now, in spoilers for The Walking Dead, in season 6 finale, Negan brutally kills the character of Glenn, which is Maggie's husband and father of the unborn child. And Maggie, since then, has just been going on a repetitive character arc of hating Negan and then making peace with it, and then hating Negan again and then making peace with it. Same as your
Mm.
Dragon Ball situation. Um, Now, where I found the Daryl Dixon season 2 to be really underwhelming, I really pray that Dead City season 2 holds up, or at least she doesn't learn this same fucking character arc. Um, so that's the only points I got to say about this. And also, maybe Rick Grimes will show up, but it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. We don't know when this fucking show is set. It's a real... The Walking Dead franchise will not die.
It's in a very weird place, it seems. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. But speaking of apocalypses, in April we also have The Last of Us season 2.
Yes.
How are we
All
feeling
right.
about that one?
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Okay. I played the first game a bit with you, not finished it. I
Yeah.
watched PewDiePie play it way back when it came out,
Hmm.
uh, and really enjoyed the game there. Um, and I do mean to now I have a PS5. I'm definitely going to get the remaster of the first game and the second game.
Yeah.
But I don't know much about the second game at all, other than the beginning, the controversy about the beginning and
Yeah.
the ending. Don't know anything in between that. Season two, instead of what I was hoping it would do is like segue into the second game, it just cut straight into it. I would have loved the
Yeah.
season in between the games.
No,
Um,
Leon,
but
that's wrong.
sorry, I'm so sorry. But yeah, instead we're just jumping straight into the second game.
You have to do it
And
that way.
this one I know even less about than the first one. So now I feel like I'm going to enjoy watching this show and like being surprised even more than I did on the first one in the first season. Because yeah, that was a great time for me. You, on the other hand, had some other thoughts about the show.
So, for reference, listeners, I love The Last of Us more than anything. It is my favorite narrative. Last of Us Part 1 is just incredible. It's a work of art. I can yap on all day about it. And I will die on this hill. I think The Last of Us Part 2 equally as amazing for different reasons. My only thing is, it's not a fun game to play, but it's an amazing, amazing story. Um, I have a video discussing some things that I think that they should get right. So that's on the Web Sputterers YouTube channel. Got to plug that in. But in terms of the show, I think it has to start at a very specific point in time. And with The Last of Us Part 1, I again have the same opinion. The Last of Us Part One needs to start with Sarah and Joel. It's the most. It's they pulled the camera too far back, and they showed other things. Like Joel never felt like the main character in that story, and with Part Two, I think that it's imperative, Leon. If they fuck this up, I am going to lose my mind. Okay, because it's the with slight spoilers, I guess, for The Last of Us Part Two. Um, you go through the story without all the pieces to the puzzle, and the last scene of the game finally shows you the thing that happened the night before, and then everything fits into place, and it leaves you feeling empty. And if they show anything too far before that, or start it in a different section, I will be upset. But also, I think maybe I just need to accept that this is a different. It's different. This is not going to
Mm,
be anywhere near the game. But also, I think that the story of the game maybe can't be transferred to a TV series. I'm really, really worried about how that's actually going to turn out.
okay, well,
Yeah, but
I'm excited. Yeah, because the changes they did make for the first season compared to the game, they didn't bother me that much. They bothered you um, quite a bit.
okay. Something that the change that they made last season, which I find quite um, upset about now, is that there's a scene in where they remove spores in the game. There's concentrated areas where the cordyceps virus, whatever, is, and you need to wear a gas mask, otherwise you die. Okay,
Mm.
and that's fine for part one. Instead, they changed it for like a hive mind situation. But in part two, there are 2 points in the game where one, narratively, is when things. Do you mind if I talk somewhat openly about The Last of Us? Because it's not really a big
Uh,
spoiler.
if it's not a big one, all right. I do want to go in a bit blind,
Well,
as blind as I can get. But
okay. Her companion, Ellie's companion in the game, discovers Eddie's immune when Ellie's gas mark breaks because she doesn't tell anyone that she's immune. And it happens at a really specific point in the game. And now that spores don't exist, are they going to make Ellie get bit again? Because they changed that by... Because Joel believes that Ellie is immune because Joel's seen Ellie breathing spores in part one. And then in the TV show, Ellie gets bit again. Do you remember in episode 3?
Yeah.
So are they going to have to make Ellie get bit again? Or is Dina just going to have to, believe her? I don't know. And there's...
I mean, if she still has her bite mark...
She gets a tattoo over it.
In season 1?
In season 2. I'm talking about season 2.
Yeah, but like in season 1, did she get a tattoo over it yet?
No, but it will be in season 2. Because we've seen the set pictures, yeah.
Mm-mm. But then maybe she meets the character before she gets a tattoo and goes, like, see, I got bitten. Like, oh, wow, you're immune. Like, yeah, that's
but
great,
then
right?
That
I'm going to cover up the tattoo.
The whole story, Leon.
Okay, fine, sorry. Well, at that point, based on what you're saying, they probably will do that.
Shit, man, I don't know. And my second point is there's basically Ellie has a aura farming scene in part 2 where she's chasing someone down and they're in like a below a location and there's red lights everywhere. She's walking through the spores and then this character's like, shit, it's her. And we're just not going to have that anymore. And there's a clip in the trailer of what I can only assume is that scene, and boy, does it let me down. It really makes me sad. But I'm excited to see what they do.
He sounds excited. But yeah, hopefully you like it.
I want to be blown away. Still not a fan of the fan casting of the fucking Bella Ramsey.
The casting.
Here we are. But speaking of horror, in May, we've got Final Destination Bloodlines. Do you know anything about the Final Destination?
I only have seen, as a kid, the roller coaster scene.
Okay.
In what I assume is the first one.
Yeah.
And what you showed me before I was planning to go get laser eye surgery is the character in the laser eye surgery death scene. And the funniest part is a friend of mine sent me that the day of the surgery as well. I had put my phone away by that point. I wasn't on it anymore. But they sent me that thinking that was a great idea. Thankfully, I watched it after. Didn't need a reminder on that day. But yeah, that's all I know.
You know what? Weirdly enough, I think that this is a franchise that I am quite interested in, at least. I think that the premise is really cool, but there are too many of those fucking movies. But maybe when May comes around, we can review the first 2. I think the first 2 are the most connected.
How many are there?
5, I think.
Oh my days! Fuck off.
I have them on DVD. Are we old?
Maybe.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, 5, 6. Oh, the 6th one is the last one, so that's coming out.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there are 5. So yeah, looking forward to that, I guess. Good excuse to rewatch a franchise I like. Speaking of franchises which have maybe too many movies, Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. Smooth segues this year, guys.
We're doing great.
How do you... Have you seen any
I have not seen a single one. Although I am, open to watching. I've just never gotten around to it. I do want to one day. They are apparently good movies, and the stunts he does in them are fucking insane. I see those all the time. So yeah, I respect these movies, I guess. Is what I can say.
Tom Cruise is such a weird man, but I love his dedication to the craft.
And that's the word for him, dedication.
Yeah, I could talk a lot about those movies, and they're not something I have any nostalgia for, but I think that part 1, 2, and 3 are the most disjointed trilogy I have ever seen in my life, Leon. Ethan Hunt is 3 different people And I guess that's the personality of a MI specialist agent. You know,
Nice.
I guess it makes sense. But one, two, three, enjoy for completely different reasons. I think four is four Ghost Nation? Let me double check.
Asking the wrong guy.
This is thrilling content. Mission Impossible 4.
Yeah, click that
Oh, Ghost
keyboard.
Protocol. Okay, so this is when things get crazy. That's when he climbs the tallest building.
Ah, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
cool.
you've definitely seen that. And
Yeah.
he's running through the fucking sandstorm. It's so good. Rogue Nation, I'm not the biggest fan of, but Leon, I know for a fact that you will love Mission Impossible Fallout. And I've spoken to you about this before, solely because there is the one of my favorite action scenes in any movie, and it's Tom Cruise and Superman versus some
Ah,
random guy
that
in the
one.
bathroom, and it ramps up in a really random way, and it's got his best running scene in that, and I love running. Tom Cruise runs a lot, pretty sick.
You guys are just the same.
I'm basically Tom Cruise, right? um, so yeah, I love the franchise. I think that they are really, really great movies, all for different reasons. And this is meant to be the last one. How is
So
Tom
they
Cruise
say.
like 60 something and still doing this shit? I really like the last one, so yeah, we should definitely review those.
All right, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
down for that.
But now we're gonna talk about some live action remakes. So we've got Lilo and Stitch, the live action movie. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know about I don't know about this one, dude.
I never watched
How?
Lilo and Stitch as a kid, but I've seen like the bits from the trailer of this one,
Yeah,
and what's his name, Stitch. I don't know how I feel about how he looks. He looks alright, I guess, but his colors are really muted, and
yeah.
also just why they're making this. Like, I just don't get it. Why, why do they think kids are gonna grow up and go? I don't watch the cartoon.
I
I'm
want to
only
watch a
watching
real
this
human.
if it's the real version, which is always worse. Like,
Yeah, man.
parents will show their kids the cartoon versions and they will like it because they're
But
kids. They like
also,
cartoons.
Leon, if when you watch a cartoon, there is the suspension of disbelief,
Mm,
correct?
yeah.
But is there any way that this character model of Stitch is gonna be put in like classed as a dog? Because Lilo gets Stitch
hmm
in the dog pound, in the kennels.
Right. Again, I haven't seen the film, so you're gonna have to explain this like
Oh,
I'm an
okay,
idiot.
yeah. So basically, Lilo adopts Stitch because Stitch was hit by a car, and they think that Stitch is a dog. Okay, but when this is a live action movie, there is no way that alien, this bloodthirsty alien, is a dog. Okay, and in the cartoon, you're like, yeah, I can kind of see that. He puts his arms
Maybe
in
that's
and
just
like
what dogs look like in that animation
in
style.
this universe. It's fine. We'll fix it in post.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Last thing, I want Stitch to interrogate that frog. If you've seen the movie, you'll get what that means. But similar with Mission Impossible, there's another actor who refuses to age, and that is Ralph Macchio. Because also in May we've got the Karate Kid Legends. How are you feeling about that one?
I've watched all the Karate Kid films, except for
Right.
the next Karate Kid and
Oh,
the
okay, me too.
reboot Karate Kid.
I have them on
But
DVD.
I've seen all the Ralph Macchio ones, and
Yeah.
I've watched every episode of Cobra Kai.
Okay.
Now,
So-
I didn't watch these the Karate Kids as a kid or anything. I watched them all in the past like year or two because
Yeah.
of Cobra Kai. When I saw Cobra Kai was coming out, I was like, okay, let's watch Karate Kid. Bang, damn, that was pretty good. Karate Kid 2,
It's an
3,
amazing movie, isn't it? Karate Kid,
yeah.
so good.
And then Cobra Kai, very different to those films in some ways, very similar in other ways.
Yeah.
Especially in the way that like they both take karate so seriously, like as a threat that you can whip out, as like this superpower these characters have.
Uh,
You can break ice with it. You can fucking pull cars at it. You can do all sorts of whatever.
airbending or some shit, I
You're
don't know.
invincible if you have karate in this film, in this
Yeah.
universe, and you can learn it like that. Anyone can learn karate instantly. Even fucking Dimitri in Cobra Kai, what fucking loser, dork, dweeb, nerd guy, and then he becomes cracked at fucking karate somehow. But regardless, yeah, I enjoy the show. It is very cringy at times. It is very, like, I don't know, like, people take the piss out of it a lot. But I do think it's still good in its own way, and in a legitimate way as well. So I'm excited for this movie. I'm hoping, I mean, I'm sure it is canon. But what I'm confused
Yeah.
about is Jackie Chan's in this fucking movie. And he's apparently playing his character from the Jaden Smith Karate Kid movie, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So I guess they're both canon to each other.
There could be
Then
two Miyagi's or something.
I swear his name's Miyagi in that fucking film. So like, how do we have that? Unless he's not playing the same character, or
It's
they're gonna
Yu
say,
Miyagi.
yeah, sorry, I was mispronouncing it the entire time. Like I don't know. Um, who knows? We'll see what happens. I'm gonna enjoy it probably regardless. Like it'll probably be at least decent. If it's at least as good as Cobra Kai in movie form, then that's good enough for me because I'm enjoying Cobra Kai. So
I think
it's like
one
like a slight guilty pleasure. I'm not too guilty, but a little bit.
one thing that I love about our friendship is that you solely understand and can picture that one scene in the first Karate Kid,
Yeah,
which is the extra guy. And
put
he's
him in a
like,
body
"Smoke the
bag."
leg, put him in a body bag.
Fucking love that guy, and yet he actually
so
comes
good.
back in fucking Cobra Kai, if I remember
Really?
correctly.
Damn.
Yeah, they bring back. Bro, Cobra Kai is like the ultimate like fan written legacy show where they bring back every character who still has the actor alive and who they can convince to come on set. They are in this show.
That's fantastic.
Damn near every character you can think
Yeah.
of makes a
I
return.
love that extra. I mean, we've spoken a little bit about extras in film before, but
Yeah. There's actually a great fucking episode that is to do with Johnny's old friends in that dojo. They
Yeah.
all meet up again, and one of the actors unfortunately passed, so they have the character have passed before as well, like or passed now. They all meet up for his funeral or something, and yeah, it's a great episode.
fun episode.
And of course, they get into some kind of fight with some people, like some criminals, whatever. And of course, they still know karate. And of course, despite them all being 50-year-old men, they
Yeah.
use their karate and fucking win easily because
Yeah.
karate keeps you youthful in this universe. Miyagi
I
can
mean, look
beat
at
up
Ralph Macchio.
grown men. Ralph Macchio, yeah, he still looks incredible for his age.
Yeah.
Insane work. Insane. In fact, a lot of them do. Fucking Terry Silver from, I think, was it the second or the third film? Oh my days, he's aged like miraculously.
Yeah. That's the dream.
I mean, he's younger than Ralph Macchio. He still looks older than Ralph, and yet he still looks so fucking young. His skin looks so smooth. I don't understand what's going on.
We need the Hollywood.
They had to dye his hair silver just so he looks older.
That's good.
Plus, it goes well with his name, obviously, Terry Silver. But yeah,
Yeah.
because it's insane. Yeah,
I
but regardless,
probably have
yeah,
more grey hairs.
I'm excited for this Karate Kid movie.
Yeah. So summer's looking really good.
Yeah.
I think you might be a little bit more excited for the Thunderbolts movie.
Thunderbolts is looking good. I love the trailer. Looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It looks like what Suicide Squad really wanted to be. What Suicide Squad thought it was.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, what DC halfway through its production or near the end of its production, suddenly decided it should be, and then started editing the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this film looks like a lot of fucking fun, and I've written down some notes about it. So, okay, Bucky. Obviously, he's not in Captain America. He's in this instead. Maybe he's in both, but so far it seems like this is the case.
He's hoping.
He has his arm back.
He does.
But Nebula stole his arm and gave it to Rocket in the holiday special, and it's canon apparently. So, does he have a new arm, or did he get it back somehow? But like, what, did Rocket fly all the way to Earth and give it back, or did
He found
Bucky-
the Malare.
did Bucky fly up to space and get it back? I don't know. I don't know what happened.
It maybe the after credit scene is him and Shuri, Black Panther Shuri. Like he's just begging. He's just begging for.
I need another one, please. What do you mean you lost the whole vibranium arm? I know, like I was sleeping, and then this blue lady ripped it off my fucking arm.
This blue
Like-
fucking chick.
She just like took it off. But it has some secret code. You can't pull it off. She pulled it off. I don't know what to tell you. And now some fucking raccoon has it. I don't know. But yeah. And then secondly, why is Bucky chasing the Thunderbolts? Who sent him over to get them and kill
I
them? Apparently,
really hope that there's not another like Bucky is not in control of his mind subplot.
Yeah, it doesn't look like
He's
that's the
already-
thing.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, he then joins them. Clearly,
Yeah.
so what's going on? Why is he chasing them? Who sent them over? And then why does he join them? What's their
You
goal?
get
What's going on there?
confused.
Sentry
just
is
really
apparently in
doesn't
this
like-
film.
Right.
That Bob guy, he's apparently Sentry, which is awesome because he's like the Superman of the Marvel Universe, or like one of. There's like 3 Supermen of the Marvel Universe, at least.
Remember Icarus?
Fucking love Icarus, guys.
That's
I think of Hyperion as well, but yeah, Sentry is like
Yeah.
the Superman of the Marvel Universe that people think of. He's got a big S on his belt, so you know. But yeah, what's it called? So he might be in this film. Fucking bro, I'm guaranteed. I put money on this. Taskmaster is so fucking dead. Taskmaster is dying this film in like 5
It's
seconds.
annoying because this is the only like non-super soldier character there.
Yeah, the only one with the most varied abilities on the team, other than Ghost. Ghost has superpowers,
Yeah, that's
but Taskmaster has like tries to beat every Avenger. She's got the claws, she's got a shield, she's the most varied one there. All the others, they just have guns and fight good
Yeah.
and have some kind of super strength. But yeah, Ghost is the only interesting one there, powers wise, and Taskmaster. But then this is their second chance of Taskmaster. The design looks better than the one in Black Widow, but it still doesn't look like
That's
Taskmaster.
true. I was really underwhelmed by the Taskmaster in Black
Yeah.
Widow. I think that's an awfully mid movie.
They just can't have her have a skull face for some reason,
They're allergic to
because I think China again. I think that's the reason. I think I've heard that before.
right.
But it's really annoying. But plus, she's barely in these 2 trailers. She's in almost none of it. They show her there just so you know she's part of the team, and then you never see her again. I'm telling you, she's the
Yeah,
first one to fucking die. She might even be in the fucking film. You might cut her out in time. But I'm telling you,
Yelena's gonna blow her up like a.
she is the Slipknot of this team. I'm telling you.
Okay, this is our first big hit prediction on the podcast.
Taskmaster is so dead. Also, this is the final film in Phase 5, and the main villain of this film seems to be Valentina, who they've been building up since the Falcon and the Winter Soldier back at the beginning of Phase 4. So, very interesting to see where this has all been leading up to. We've seen her in actually, we saw her in Black Widow. I don't remember which one came first, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah,
With reshoots, it's a bit hard. Or not reshoots, like
yeah, I don't really remember anymore.
timetabling.
But she's in Black Widow. She's in Falcon and Winter Soldier. She's in she's not in Hawkeye, but Yelena shows up in Hawkeye because of Valentina's post-credit scene in Black Widow. She shows up in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and she's just subtly in the background all the time with this shit, doing shit that we don't even know what's going on. Now we're gonna hopefully find out what this has been leading to. She's also bought Avengers Tower.
She is Mephisto.
Oh, great. She's bought Avengers Tower, and
Right.
that's something we've been wondering since 2019.
since. Yeah.
And apparently Tom Holland's known since then. Because he's like, yeah, Kevin Feige told me who's bought it, but I can't tell you
And he
guys.
didn't write it
And
out.
we're like, oh, it must be the Baxter Building now. It must be the Fantastic Four who's
I
built
really
it.
thought it was.
It must be Norman Osborn who's bought it. It's now Oscorp. It must be insert some big character. Instead, it's this Valentina character who's got it, which, you know, is underwhelming. But we'll see. I guess that's probably why Tom didn't spoil it. He didn't even know who Valentina was. He's like, oh, okay. He just forgot. You can't spoil something he doesn't think about.
Don't know what this is, Mr. Fogg.
But yeah, so I'm very interested in this film. It looks like a lot of fucking fun, and I hope
It does.
it's good.
Yelena's got different hair. John Walker does not look good with that beard. I do like that there's a lot of scratches on that shield.
Yeah,
So I appreciate that.
I love his suit. His suit looks really fucking good. His US agent suit, perfect.
Love that. And Red Guardian always looks really ill-fitting. Like he just looks out of place.
But also, Red Guardian's a new suit. I don't really love it compared to your first one. But
Oversized.
US Agent has the exact same suit he had in Falcon Winter Soldier, which in itself was just a recolor of the suit he had for the majority of that show. So if he can keep his suit, why can't Captain America, keep his suit that he also got in the last episode? And his one's a brand new one.
Man.
John's one was just a recolor. They could have made him a new one for this one, but no, they stuck with it.
And we keep getting that comparison of him looking like the guy from Up.
Yeah, it's so weird. He looks different in every shot I see of this guy.
He does. And I'm upset that Ego the Living Planet's dead, because I would have loved to see at some point Wyatt Russell and Kurt Russell like share the same screen.
I don't know in what context they would, but yeah.
I have no clue, but I think that would have been funny as fuck. Like Star-Lord's like, sure, this guy's not.
Yeah,
your son. I don't know.
like, oh, I'm your son, she's your daughter, let me guess, this guy's your son too? Hey, no, I'm not his son, what the fuck, man? That'd be great.
That would be quite funny to me, but hey, what can you do? Now, Leon, we've got another live action
Oh, my
remake.
days.
This one's probably going to upset more people. This one is How to Train Your Dragon, coming out on June the 13th. What's your relationship with that?
I've seen the first film. I've seen the second one, I think. Don't remember anything about it, really, though. So I might as well have not seen it.
Yeah.
But I loved the TV show on Nickelodeon. I watched Nickelodeon a lot as a kid. So How to Train Your Dragon and Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness. I watched the shit out of those two shows, despite not seeing the films that much. So yeah, I like those properties a lot, despite not having seen a lot of it.
Tigris was a guy.
Okay, let's... Whatever. Everyone thought Tigris was a dude, man. Got broad shoulders,
Swiftly
fucking
bypass that
nice
one.
build. Pause. Looks strong. Anyway,
Yeah.
she's a great
I
character.
really threw you off with that one.
Whatever, man. I was a kid. I was literally like, I don't know, like 10. When did Kung Fu Panda come out? Because I got the McDonald's toy of her, and I was like, oh,
Well,
he looks cool.
2013 or something.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, he looks cool. My cousin's like, it's a chick, bro. Look at the eye.
No, Kung Fu Panda.
Look at the eyelashes.
2008.
I'm like, oh. Well, see, 2008, man. You can't blame me for that.
Yeah, but to be fair, you also thought Tony Stark was a girl in 2008.
Hey.
What can you do?
No, we're not starting this. I thought Frieza was a girl as a kid.
But
He's a Dragon Ball character as well. But he had literally like lipstick on or whatever, so can't blame you for that one. You're also voiced by a woman,
How
so
to Train Your Dragon. Oh, okay, that'll do it.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. How to Train Your Dragon, yeah. I've seen the first film a bit, I've seen it but like ages ago. It was really good, and apparently it's a great trilogy.
Fantastic trilogy. One of the best.
And this trailer is like copying that first film, like bar for bar, shot for shot, identical, except for fucking Toothless's eyes not being the right way in the scene, which changes his whole emotion.
Yeah.
So already they messed up. But again, why are they making this film? those films are so good. What's the point of a live action one?
They are fantastic.
And we,
I think that Hiccup doesn't look hiccupy
mm,
enough.
because yeah, it seems like they casted him for the sequels instead of casting him for what he's meant to look like
Yeah.
in the first one. Um, but yeah, at the same time, imagine you cast him for the first one, you cast this dweeby scrawny dude, and then you're like, okay, now you need to be like a,
Hayden
you have to
Christensen.
look like a in shape, cool
Jake
dude
Lloyd.
for the second or third one, or the third one specifically. And then he grows up and puberty just hits him on the wrong side. And he's like, oh damn, you don't look like Toothless, like what's his name, Hiccup anymore.
That's
Sorry,
Toothless.
my bad.
He looked more like Toothless.
But yeah, also Toothless
After
looks
puberty goes
like
out.
1-to-1, perfect adaptation. But then the other dragons look nothing like their animated selves. So what?
They like poured their heart and souls into the Toothless.
And then they had nothing
animation,
else for the
and
rest.
then they, like,
Their hearts were
Oh,
empty. They can't do this anymore, boss. Just pick a random dragon, generic dragon design, red. There you go. That's what we're having now. Red dragon, AI generated red dragon. There you go. I mean, yeah, it looks cool, but yeah, it just doesn't look like the one in the film. I don't know if they were changing all of them, then it's fine.
There's
But
lots of,
Toothless looks so spot on. So
There's a bit of casting controversy around the casting of Astrid, as she is a white blonde woman in the animated movie, but she is played by a mixed race woman in the live action show, which is Nicole Parker, I think, who also was cast as Sarah in the live action Last of Us show, who was a white blonde haired.
wait, why is she trying to eliminate all the snow bunnies? What's going on?
She is. Yeah, so maybe she'll be cast as a Sue
Right.
Storm.
It's fucking
Down
rabbit
the
season
line,
now,
we'll
apparently.
see.
Trying to hunt them all down.
Yeah.
All right, well,
I don't. Really
I don't care,
that
yeah,
much,
but
I think it's worth.
yeah,
bringing
everyone.
up.
I mean, the same happened with fucking Annabeth Chase in the Percy Jackson show,
Right.
casted with a black girl, and everyone reacted badly to that. That one, I think, has a bit more
Why
weight
is the
to it.
opposite of a white girl is a black girl?
Yeah, they're like, okay, a book or animated character, she's white, blonde hair. Bang. Black girl. Watch how Rapunzel comes out and
Yeah.
it's a black girl.
It's just her weave. She hangs it up on the dresser.
Oh man,
What is this podcast?
I don't know.
become?
We might have to delete this one too. Whoops, lost footage. Anyway,
Well, we both know someone who's gonna be interested in
Oh,
the
yeah.
movie, at least.
so good friend,
We will bring a special guest for
Yeah, whenever that film comes out.
when it comes around
and we watch it.
in June.
Yeah.
But speaking of June, on the 20th of June, we've got 28 years later. So you've not watched 28 years?
Nope.
Days?
This one's all you.
Right? Shit. Okay, so opening scene, chimpanzees, bites a human, boom, apocalypse is on. I don't think it's necessarily zombies, it's more of like a rage virus in this one. Cillian Murphy,
God
he
knows.
wakes up, London, deserted, and it shares aspects of like the Walking Dead pilot. It's a really, really, really good movie. I love the first one, and you know what? I don't think I've seen the second one, but the first one I always watch when I retwist my hair, so I have a soft spot for it. But the trailer itself for 28 years later looks really engaging, really cool. This feels like a really nice, like classical, like trailer. I'm excited like watching it. I think it's really well made, and it doesn't reveal everything about the plot. So I guess that's all I could really say about
All
it.
right, there we go.
But speaking of June, we've got something that you, I think, are quite excited for. We've got 6 episodes, Disney Plus, Ironheart.
Ah,
How are you
yes.
feeling about that?
I'm like cautiously optimistic about this show. I don't remember it's been ages since Black Panther 2 came out, and I haven't rewatched it. Great film, I remember, but
I like it more than one.
interesting take. I'd have to rewatch both to give an answer on that. But I mean, you're a known hater of the first film anyway. Um,
I wouldn't say I hate it. It's just bland.
Come on, man, that's crazy. Anyway,
And like the Killmonger hairstyles, like really.
I'm
they've
not
done
doing this
a
again.
number on me as well. Yeah.
But yeah, the second film was great. I'm pretty sure I didn't love Riri's inclusion in that film. The actress, I don't know, she was alright, but you know, I'll have to rewatch it to get a solid opinion. But I just don't really remember loving it. Although I'm excited for the show because it's the closest thing I can get to what I really want, and that's a War Machine show. When is Armor Wars fucking coming out?
Leon's War Machine Minute.
I love
Let's
War
go.
Machine.
The new
He
segment of
is
the show.
so awesome and so underrated. I don't understand. Kevin Feige has a gold mine on his hands right now, and he won't fucking capitalize. He's got Don Cheadle, who has reimagined his character in a great way since the Terrence Howard version. Both are nice, but obviously Terrence Howard never actually got to be War Machine himself, whereas Don Cheadle did. And every time he comes
Next
in,
time, baby.
he does some fucking sick shit, and then he gets jobbed. And I'm livid. Iron Man 2. He steals the Mark II. Fights Iron Man practically on par.
Fits this type.
Because, I mean, Iron Man was drunk as shit. But still. We're not going to just pass over what you just said. I almost missed that. But yeah. He takes the Mark II armor, which looks sick. The chrome, awesome suit. Then he upgrades into War Machine with Hammer Tech. He looks fucking dope. It's one of his best designs, like ever, across all War Machine
That
designs,
Infinity War.
comics and games and everything. And then he they team up together. They fight all those drones. It's awesome, especially the part where he puts the gun right in the chest of one of them, and like the oil goes on in his face and everything as he's blasting into it. Sick. And then he gets a suit taken away from him. But then he's given a new one, which is a downgrade design-wise. But it's Stark Tech, so it's apparently
Leon's
better.
foaming at the mouth.
I'm
by the
actually
way.
drooling as we talk. And then in the second one, Iron Man 3 did him so dirty, it pisses me off. He's not allowed to wear any of the Iron Man suits. His Iron Patriot gets taken away from him.
See,
the president was fucking wearing it for no reason.
Tony is saying that they're not coded to him, but in that movie, the Mark 42 can go on Pepper. So like, and I refuse to believe that is just like brand new technology. You know, not to
I mean, maybe he only coded it to him and Pepper, but no, that's bullshit.
Lame.
Because why is the Iron Patriot not coded exclusive to Rhodey? Because the Extremist guy wears his.
Exactly.
So
Plot holes. Take that, Iron Man 3.
I don't know. Maybe the coding thing is a more recent thing he did, but he made a lot of these suits around the same amount of time. They're all rushed out. So whatever. I give up. I don't care. I do care. I care a lot. But one of those suits is okay. Random side point. Of these designs, there's like 40 suits, or whatever. Two of them actually are recolors of the Mark II War Machine suit. The Hot Rod and like I think the Disco or something. There's these two ones that they look identical but just different colors. So just put him in that. It's the same suit that he's got, just without the gun on the back and it's different colors. I don't understand. Anyway, regardless, point is that film didn't die. Showed up in Age of Ultron, kills some Ultron bots, sick. Tells a great joke at the beginning, and all the Avengers don't laugh. Fuck those guys. Civil War, he comes in, one of his best suits as well. He's got that sick baton on the back, but then it immediately breaks.
Doesn't do anything.
Pissed me off. That shit looks so cool in the concept art and everything.
All of War Machine's
Suits are like dog shit
actual-
compared to Iron Man's when it comes to durability and stuff.
All of his equipment sucks. man.
Although it always looks cooler. He had all those shit against Giant. Anyway, Infinity War comes in, blows a bunch of shit up. It's sick. And then Thanos crumples
I like
him like a
that
fucking
scene
tin
a lot.
can, and he dies in there before he turns back time.
Cripple.
Fucking hell, man. And then Endgame.
We go-
Endgame, he gets a brand new suit. It looks fucking sick, but we don't really see him use it that much at all. Armor Wars. I'm waiting for Armor Wars. He was in the Skrull show, but he's a Skrull. It's not even a Rhodey. Falcon Winter Soldier. It's a
Oh,
quick cameo. He's not even
forgot
War
about
Machine in
that.
it. Ah, man. Anyway, I need the Armor Wars show ASAP. But if we're not going to get it soon, he better be in this show. Why is Far From Home and DMCU all about trying to make Spider-Man the next Iron Man when you literally have Black Iron Man with guns right there? I don't understand. Ugh. Anyway, so yeah, Armor Wars is the closest thing I can get to a Iron Man type show because he is just Iron Man again. So I'm looking forward to it to see Iron Man action, flying robot, fucking cool armor suit
Yeah.
ups and everything. That's what I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to. But yeah, other than that, I have
Yeah.
no other expectations for this show. I just want to see some cool Iron Man stuff.
So that was
Sorry, that went a bit longer than it should have.
No. Every once in a while, he's got to release the vow. It builds up. Now, probably the biggest month for this year for movies is July. Because starting off strong, we're kicking it back. We've got Jurassic World Rebirth. We have no trailer yet, but we know that Haley Atwell's reportedly meant to be in it. Now you've seen what?
I've seen Jurassic Park 1 and Jurassic World 1, and that is it.
Right. Okay.
I don't see a lot of things.
Damn, this is going to
Apparently.
be a tough podcast. In terms of Jurassic Park, I absolutely adore Jurassic Park trilogy. 1993. I just think it fills me with so much wonder and awe. I think that Jurassic Park 1 has a perfect script, and I'm all for it. It builds tension in such meaningful ways. All the characters feel three-dimensional. But I think that the Jurassic World movies really miss an aspect of what was so great about the original. The way that the sequel trilogy also did that for me. Same time, 2015, rough year for remakes, sequels. So for Jurassic World, I'm cautiously optimistic. In the end, I am just a boy, Leon, and I like dinosaurs.
Fair enough. And sharks, apparently.
Yeah. So, anything to add on Jurassic?
I mean, Jurassic World 1 was fun. That's all
Didn't go back.
that's
though.
all I got. Jurassic Park 1 is great. And, dinosaurs are cool. But I just never felt the need to go watch these films. And probably...
Well, we will this year for the pod. But Leon, what is really, really exciting is Superman.
Yes.
July 11th. Boy, oh boy, I am excited about this one.
Yeah. All right.
James Gunn is hopefully going to cook. For those of you who don't know, James Gunn directed Guardians of the Galaxy. He's in charge of DC, and it seems that he's really put a lot of love and care into Superman, which contrasts a lot to how maybe he was treated by someone in the past. Zack Snyder.
Okay. I thought we were going to do a whole
Who clearly had.
he who must not be named
No
thing, but no, okay, yeah, just it's Zack Snyder.
I was going to do a coughing thing, but I'm not sure how well that's going to pick up on me.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, what can we say? That universe's Superman, was what it is. But this one, I'm liking what it's looking like a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And okay, the suit, I'm mixed on the suit, but I like the colors. I like the symbol. I don't.
What we're most excited for is that the cape.
The
has
yellow
the
symbol on the
logo
back.
on it.
Love that.
Yes,
Thank God.
please, all day, every day.
Because it makes a great, unique look. Because, like the red cape, that's Superman. But it's also Thor. It's also God knows how many capes aren't unique to Superman anymore. And they haven't been for fucking God knows how long. But a red cape with a big yellow S on the back? Yeah, that's fucking Superman. What was that going to be?
Reminds me of Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes.
Yeah, that game had it as well. And the Christopher Reeve Superman had it. So, why not?
Fantastic. Love it.
The bagginess of the suit, I don't mind it, but I don't like all the lines all over it and anything. I saw an edit someone made where it's literally like just like a cloth, like skin tight thing that looks kind of like a wrestler
Yeah.
shirt or whatever. I think that would have worked a lot better. But,
Okay.
this is suitable. This is fine. And obviously, superheroes get a different costume every fucking movie because they need to sell toys. So you'll get a new one,
Maybe
and
next
hopefully
time.
it'll be better that time. But I don't mind it. I like that the trunks are on there. I like the gold belt. Um,
Yeah, all for
yeah,
it.
the suit looks good in the trailer. Yeah, it's all good. Crypto's in this movie. First time we're getting Crypto
Yeah,
Super
that's
Dog in live
really.
action.
We got Crypto before Robin, man.
Ah, oh man. But Crypto obviously he just had a Crypto movie that ended in a Black Adam
Oh yeah.
tease at the end. But yeah, he just got some exposure like 2 years ago, and now he's getting another
Yeah.
his first live action look. So that's just like worked out pretty well, I guess. Um, Lex Luthor, played by what's the character? What's the actor's name? Is it? It ends in, his surname's Holt, I think. William Holt. That sounds weird.
You, sure,
I
man.
can't believe man.
Uh, keep
Yeah,
talking.
yeah.
Keep
He's a great
talking.
actor and a very interesting pick though for this. Nicholas Holt. Okay,
Nicholas
my
Hoult.
bad. I remember when I was writing my notes, I was like, no, I can't be able to write his full name. I'll just write Holt. I'll remember the Nicholas part. Clearly not.
You didn't.
But yeah, I've mainly only seen him in the X-Men movies as Beast. I've seen him in a few other things,
Yeah.
and he's good. Very surprised to hear that he was going to be Lex Luthor. But the few shots we've seen of him in this thing, it looks good. He looks like Lex Luthor, at least, which Jesse Eisenberg already beaten there. And he looks like he's going to be a more classic Lex Luthor as well.
They put my boy in a box by the looks of
Yeah,
it.
they've shaved his head and he's wearing a bald cap on top of it. So he's like the baldest man to ever bald.
No hair's getting in.
We're not seeing a single like follicle. Um, but yeah, he looks good. Then we got all these other superheroes in here, like Hawk Girl,
Yeah.
Guy Gardner, Green Lantern,
Yeah,
with the
love
fucking that fuck ass haircut, perfect.
Yeah.
And who's Mr. Terrific, who his suit looks good.
Yeah.
Theirs don't, but obviously they're all part of the same like team. They all got like a uniform, which is different color, like a Power Ranger type shit. Hopefully they all get their own things when they stop being part of this corporate team by the end. And Clark and Lois, they were casted apparently for the chemistry between them. So I'm excited to see some
Okay.
chemistry between them.
Yeah.
Because James Gunn said he didn't cast for Superman and cast for Lois. He casted for Superman and Lois. He made sure they worked well
Right.
together. Otherwise, neither of them would be cast. And he whittled down on these two actors.
I think that Superman and Lois are my favorite, like, Superman ship. I like the idea that Superman dates a normal human being a lot.
Mm.
So it will be really interesting to see how they go. I don't like the Amy Adams Henry Cavill relationship at all, and I've always seen that clip about their first meeting is really like terrifying.
Yeah.
In the Man of Steel movie, he's like burns her fucking stomach or some shit, and like that's the first time they met. So I'm really hoping for a Superman movie that fills me with hope.
Mm.
I think that's the thing that was missing from Man of Steel. Which, by the way, I really enjoy Man of Steel, but tonally it's not a good Superman movie,
Right.
and we're ready for that now. I think.
There we go. Yeah, I'm really excited for this film.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see
What's the deal with that big old kaiju like
that big like
monster?
I don't know, like yeah. I mean, it's cool. Superman hasn't fought a kaiju in fucking ages, and I'm glad to see that. It's gonna be sick. I'm hoping he fights a lot of things, but because obviously they've taken a long time with the post production side. They've left a lot of months for that, so this film should look really good. It shouldn't have another, like MCU CGI thing because they've given it so much, like double the time that an MCU film leaves for post production. So I'm really excited to see how it turns out. But yeah.
Oh, so we were talking about a certain casting which we would love to see in this movie. The possibility of Henry Cavill being in this movie,
Yes,
but secretly being casted as what's his face
Ultraman.
again? Ultraman. Yes.
Yeah, so okay, there's a guy so far who we don't know who's playing him. We don't even know who he
This is our hit prediction, our second hit
Yeah.
prediction of
So we
podcast.
we don't even know who the character is yet. He's just the villain in a black suit with a mask on and a big U on his chest. So people are obviously thinking maybe it's Ultraman, or maybe it's this other villain whose name I've forgotten. But let's say Ultraman, because Ultraman is an alternate universe Henry. No, wow, alternate universe Superman, an evil Superman.
Yeah.
So I mean, if this is the design for Ultraman, I will be disappointed because he doesn't look like fucking Ultraman. He's meant to look like Superman, but with a U instead of an S. And we got a nice Superman suit here. Why can't we get a nice Ultraman suit? Whatever. But let's say, hypothetically speaking, this is Ultraman. I think the film shouldn't reveal his face until the very, very end. And then right when this guy's about to die, he takes the mask off. And he's Ultraman, so he's Superman from the universe. He's Henry Cavill. And then, because he refuses to die at the hands of another man, he snaps his own neck just so he can escape this mortal coil. Kills himself to keep his honor.
The camera pans up. Is Henry Cavill, mustache and all,
with his mustache on? Yes, sorry. The crowd is screaming. The Snyder fans who came to watch this film anyway, even though they hate it, they came like, oh! And 5 seconds later, snaps his own neck, and everyone's booing and screaming, and I'm going to be sitting there laughing my ass off. Obviously, this prediction is from my fucking ass. This just came randomly when we were recording the episode yesterday. It spontaneously came into our minds on a moment. We've lost that footage now, but yeah, I don't remember how we thought of it by accident. But
I don't remember how we came.
But yeah,
this,
but now we've landed on this now. I don't actually think it's going to happen, but I just want it to happen now. I don't really care anymore.
I would give it all the stars in the world if
All-Star Superman.
Yeah, well, that's maybe something we could review when the time comes by, but I am really looking forward to this one.
Yeah.
But speaking of another superhero property, we have got Fantastic Four First Steps. 25th of July. Big month.
Finally. Fucking
how are we feeling
finally.
about that?
Fantastic Four is due for a good movie. I like the first, the 2005 one, because it's like charming
we're fans of
and
that one.
cheesy in a good way, I think. But it's not really like...
It's amazing.
It's not really
Chris
good.
Evans doesn't have frosted tips.
Yeah. But, it's not really good, but it is nice. And it's very different to the films you get today. So it's a nice, refreshing change of pace. I haven't seen the second one, Rise of the Surfer, and I've never watched Fan Four Stick because I refuse to watch it for now.
Forget this thing. Well, that's the one that we'll review before this comes out in July. So you got 6 months to have a nice, peaceful life until we watch that movie.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
But yeah, the public perception of the Fantastic Four is so negative because of all these movies. We need a good one. I
think we're getting eased into it with Marvel Rivals having Fantastic Four movies in it. I love Lego Marvel superheroes and the inclusion of the Fantastic Four in that. And there is that 90s show, which you and I have watched like a few episodes of, and you've forgotten.
Yeah, I think I fell asleep. I don't remember any of this.
Maybe.
But yeah, there was also like a more modern like 2000 show that came out that I liked as a kid. I watched a lot of.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fantastic Four needs this. It really does. It's a different universe. It's not MCU universe, which is kind of disappointing. But they will come over somehow.
I didn't see Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, and the guy from Stranger Things. I'm not too sure.
I think he could be Human Torch. I don't mind that. But I have to think. Can Pedro Pascal do Reed Richards? He looks like it. He can. But can he do the Maker? because I think every Reed Richards should be
Ooh.
casted with the idea that he can do both. And
Okay.
I don't think. I mean, Pedro Pascal's a great actor, a great range, but
No.
I don't think I can like see it. I
The
could be
thing
wrong
is,
though,
for me,
but yeah,
Reed is extremely hostile and unlikable. That's my interpretation of Reed, at least. And I like Pedro Pascal too much to buy that he can play that part of the character.
right. Well, yeah, I
Um,
would hope he can.
so I
I
guess we'll
hope
see.
so. One of those like I don't fan cast slash rumors, whatever, being that
Tom Krasinski and Emily Blunt.
Matt Smith being Reed Richards, I think would have been fucking perfect. Maybe he's a little too old
Right.
for the role now, but then just make him older.
Yeah, but so
Yeah,
is
actually, yeah,
Pedro
I'm trying to
Pascal.
shit. Um, yeah, I think he would have been amazing because he's the
Yeah.
Doctor. He can be the good guy and
And he's
everything,
also
superhero type shit. He can do that, but also the Doctor
a
has
villain.
this dark side to him that he can bring into Reed. This like with the selfish stuff and also just this actual like darkness that he's going to
The
kill
arrogance
people.
that Damon has in House of the
Mm.
Dragon is, yeah, I see
Yeah,
it. I
he's
see
in
it.
House of the Dragon. He's amazing in that. And I mean, he was like the film sucked ass, Morbius, but he was a villain in that. He was Milo.
He was the only one having fun in
Yeah,
that
he
movie.
brought some life into it. I think.
He was the only life, yeah,
Um,
in that dark
oh
movie.
man, what a world we live in. But yeah, and I think he could do Reed Richards. He could do the bad shit Reed Richards, and he could bang the fucking maker out the fucking park. Missed
Yeah,
opportunity. I will always be upset that
he would die on this
yeah.
hill.
But Pedro Pascal is a great actor. I'm sure he'll kill it. But I'll always think, what if it was Matt Smith? Because he's due. I mean, thankfully, House of Dragon is like it's doing good for him for his reputation because he was in the Terminator film and that film sucked, and he was in Morbius and that film
He's getting
sucked.
Daisy Ridleyed.
Yeah, but now he's finally got House of Dragon going well for him. Um,
Yeah.
because I'm surprised he's not in more things after Doctor Who, other than those.
Then again, season 2 was different.
Yeah. Um,
um,
but yeah, missed opportunity. But anyway,
Fantastic
yeah,
Four.
it looks good.
Thumbs
Galactus
up.
is in it. Looks fucking sick.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
I'm very excited for this film. We've been
me
waiting for
too.
this for ages. A Fantastic Four film in general, and also just an MCU one. Because we've always back when
Yeah.
Fantastic Four came out, and everyone was like, "Oh, sell it back to Marvel. They'll make it a good film." This is back when Marvel was in its golden age. So we're like, "Oh, yeah, they definitely will." Now we're a bit more unsure
Yeah.
if they can make it a banging film, but I have hope.
They'll do better than Fox.
I have hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Suddenly, though, we're going to get a bunch of
Uh,
Fantastic fans come out of the woodwork when the MCU one comes out and start comparing them, and I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
I cannot wait. The way that the Andrew Garfield fans like scurried to the cinema in 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah. TV shows Eyes of Wakanda.
Mm.
So this is an animated miniseries, I believe. I think. Let me double check.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right. But yeah, that sounds interesting. I hope it's
Yeah.
canon. I hope it's not another Friendly Neighborhood situation. At least with that one, I understand why we did that.
Yeah.
But with this one, I want it to be canon.
Yeah, set in the
Perfect.
MCU's sacred timeline
Perfect.
and has greater connections with the franchise films. Eyes of Wakanda is scheduled to premiere Disney Plus August 6th this year. And it will consist of 4 episodes. Not a lot, but hopefully enough. Hopefully they're trying to flesh out Black Panther beyond Chadwick Boseman.
Mm.
That's all I can really assume. I really like the whole idea of like the first Black Panther, Odin's Thor, different Hank Pym, Ant-Man. Like I feel like there is a time for an Avengers group at a different stage. you know?
Yeah.
But we don't know much about that. Now, what I think maybe you could be most anticipated for this year is in October. Because in October, we have the Michael Jackson
Yes,
movie,
Michael
2025
2025.
of October.
Very fucking
Yeah,
excited. Um, I don't know, like, I don't know what to expect. So obviously
me neither.
they've
Yeah,
shown this trailer at some kind of event, like a Comic-Con type thing or whatever, and people loved it. It's got Man in the Mirror playing throughout, fucking
I
amazing.
just know people were
Well, people were
wooing
wooing
the
their
hell
lives
out of
like
it.
away. Like they got older by the end of that screening. Um, and I really want to see this trailer. I really want to see, because obviously Jafar Jackson's playing the role, which is his like nephew,
Yeah, that's
and he's a
fantastic.
singer and a dancer,
Yeah,
and his voice is pretty close to Michael's, while
how
still
does he look
unique.
like him?
Enough. Like any biopic casted actor, but obviously a bit more because they actually share blood. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah, they are doing some kind of prosthetic for his nose, um, for like when he gets to that part in his life.
noses.
Yeah, sorry, noses. But obviously, the poster they put out for that, his nose, like it's obviously put on top of his nose, so his nose is bigger. But obviously, Michael's nose was
Yeah,
smaller. So I don't know if they're going to CGI
yeah.
to make the nose smaller. Uh,
They're gonna Voldemort that
I'm
bit.
very
So
interested to see how much of Michael's life is going to be tackled in an honest and very like open way, and how much of it is going to be
yeah,
like censored or like very whitewashed, very like clean. Because if we're not going to get this film being honest, then we shouldn't be getting this film. Because what
because
are
I
we going
saw
to
the
get from
Michael
it other
Jackson
than that?
like theater, like I don't know, it wasn't Thriller. This was last
Hmm.
year, and it wasn't. It showed aspects of like Michael's
Hmm.
hardships, and the guy playing him did like the best job that you could possibly do to play Michael fucking
Hmm.
Jackson. But then that is that question of like, what's the point if it's not going to be truthful?
Yeah. Um,
Um,
I do hope we see a lot about to do with his young upbringing and how his dad treated him, because I feel like that's not
yeah,
enough common
yeah.
knowledge to people like who don't look at this type of stuff, like look into Michael like that. Because they
Yeah,
just think, oh, why was Michael
because
such a
we grew up
weird
on him,
guy?
but
Why was he such a fucking weirdo as an adult? And it's like, well, think about how
yeah,
bad his childhood was. What do you mean? Well, he was a fucking Jehovah's Witness with a dad who bullied him and beat the fucking shit out of him until he made him
yeah,
money. So, you know, I hope they go into that. The guy never celebrated a
uh,
birthday until he was an adult, like never celebrated
yeah.
Christmas, never none of these things. So you can understand
That's
why he
why
wants to relive
I
that
like
childhood.
Michael Jackson a lot. Yeah. I don't know why it's a controversial opinion these days, maybe, but I really think that the guy was dedicated to the craft and was all around such a great guy. I have told you this before. Is this an on-air conversation? Um, I have thought like Michael Jackson, Jesus Christ, same like same boat for me. Like what was going on there? Like no celebrity will ever reach like that level of stardom. This
Oh
brother
man,
had women, men fainting at his feet when he moved an inch. Like what was going on?
the man defined aura. He defined
Exactly.
stardom and star power.
And he
He,
seems so like nervous as
yeah,
well, and like
and yet he just pulled it off. Once the sunglasses came on,
it's
all his worries
crazy.
went away, and he locked into the character. He locked into MJ.
This guy moved
Um,
in a way that like I have never seen an entertainer. It blew
yeah,
my mind, and also the way that he's been ridiculed and like things about his life have been viewed
yeah, I
differently
want
since
that
his
a lot.
death, and that's the
Like
yeah
how hard it was for Michael, with versus the media, in
yeah
his especially in his later years. But I don't know how they can do that without seeming too like, yeah,
bias or
like seeming like
ignorant.
you're watching it like it's propaganda. Like, oh no, Michael's a good guy. Look, you guys bullied him all the time. Like,
Yeah,
as true as that may be, someone watching who has a preconceived notion of him, they're just gonna think, oh, they just made this film so we wouldn't think he's a
yeah.
pedophile. Man, fuck this film.
By the way, like listeners, I do not think that Michael Jackson is a normal person, like at all.
We
But
also
I
don't think he's a
respect.
nonce.
Yeah, I don't think he's a nonce. Don't think he's normal. I respect a lot of things about him.
Yeah. Um, and yeah. We haven't had an artist like him ever since. At least not like on his
Never.
level. We've had artists similar
We
and
we never
on a
will.
close level, but never on. And we probably never will. We
Yeah.
don't have that era of like that age where you can get that kind of stardom so naturally because now everything's on the internet, and that's fine. Um,
Yeah. But the talent that this guy had is,
Unreal. But anyway,
yeah, and maybe we grew up in a time. Yeah.
yeah, we
Moving
need to
on.
get through these. But yeah, very excited for that
Yeah,
film.
yeah, really in October.
Locked in day
Yeah.
one, same one.
We have Marvel Zombies.
Yes, the animated show. Um,
Yeah.
the same universe as the one from What If, which people didn't like as an
That's the
adaptation
first
of Marvel
time.
Zombies. So like, why are they
Yeah.
doubling down so hard? I don't know, but all right, here we are, I guess. First time with having one of his universe expanded um,
Yeah.
into its own thing. I don't know why. Like some of his universes deserve that, like by now, like even before Marvel Zombies. But here
Yeah.
we are. It's the first one, and that's fine. Hopefully, it's good. If it's the same universe, then it might also be the same animation style. I think What If has a decent style, but I'm also just kind of sick of it.
I'd rather that be the Spider-Man
Yeah, to be honest.
than
But I would like
yeah.
something more fitting of a zombie show, like something like completely unique for it. But I doubt we're getting that. But we'll see. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm. I guess I'm optimistic. Again, Disney Plus for the most part has been putting out stuff I like, so I have no
Yeah.
reason to worry.
All right. Also in November, we have got Wicked for Good,
I
21st
can
of
finally
November.
talk about one of these random non-comic
Yeah,
book
I didn't
ones.
see it, but
I
you
saw Wicked
saw.
because our good friend Dafa made me watch it. Although
Gun to his head, gun to his
I don't
balls.
really regret it. It
He
was a
was
good film.
forced to.
It was not the
Yeah.
type of film I would go watch on my own. And if I could go back and get that time back, mm, maybe I would, because actually
Unbiased
I
aside.
would because there was other stuff I wanted to watch that day in the cinema instead, and instead I lost to Wicked. Again, good film, but I would have rather watched The Substance that day. But
Oh, right,
regardless, um, here we are. And yeah, it was good. The production of like the actual musical style, musical side of it, and everything, all great. Ariana Grande, surprisingly good actress. Like I watched her on Victorious as a kid, but like it's fucking Victorious. Like it's a fucking Nickelodeon show. And I'm not gonna use
I was a
that.
bit worried about her,
Yeah,
like, the health.
yeah. Um, Gotta be optimistic. I don't know what else to say. Um, but yeah, and surprisingly good actress. Fucking Cynthia Ariba, who played the actual witch. Great in the film as well. Great singer, great actress.
Yeah.
Um, both of them did an incredible job. So the second one, I guess I'll watch it because when I finished the first one, like now I'm like I don't care anymore. But when I finished watching it, I was like, I have so many questions. How does this tie into like Wizard of Oz? Even though it's a different adaptation, but I was really curious to see where the hell do they go from here. I'm very confused. So I guess I'll watch it with Hidayfa probably, and yeah, finally get those questions answered.
You could bring him in on that
Yeah,
episode.
you can take a break that day.
Fairs, fairs. Now we also got in November Zootopia 2. Did you watch
I
the
did watch
first
the first
Zootopia?
Utopia. Yeah, good film, really good
Yeah,
film.
you see, it's funny because on my notes here, I just say that you like Judy Hopps.
I don't know why. I have no opinion on Judy
A bit
Hopps.
sure, yeah,
I no,
yeah.
honest, I don't know where you got it. I have no opinion on.
Sounds
Like,
guilty to me.
she was a good character in the movie. That's all I could say. I'm not one of those weirdos.
Write in,
Hey,
listeners.
episode one.
Email
I'm
us.
I'm putting this out there right now. I'm not
A
one of
poll
them.
up.
Don't you dare associate me with one of them.
So, Zootopia, I watched. You know what? I never finished Zootopia.
Oh, what? How far did you get in?
We watched it in the end of year for like fucking Spanish class or whatever in Acton, and we never got to the end because obviously, yeah, it was like a bit longer. But isn't that singer in it? And she sings a song. and she's like a gazelle.
Oh,
Or something.
Shakira. Yeah,
Yeah,
Shakira's in it. Random cameo. Idris Elba's in it.
nice.
Um,
Yeah, I remember him.
yeah, it's a good film. Very good.
Um, of course, you'd think that.
Again, I don't know where this accusation is coming from. I honestly have no. I don't think we've ever talked about Zootopia before this recording. Like, I
He
don't.
talks about it all the time.
I don't. I've never brought this film up before. Stop.
So December, one that we're both excited for is FNAF 2.
Yes. Oh my god, I have been part of the FNAF FNAF has been part of my life for far too long. Since longer than you, since year 7. Like, it's literally, oh my days. And I've been infatuated with like the lore and everything. And like, at this point, it's not as good as it used to be, but I don't care. I need answers.
Yeah.
I'm too invested to give it up now. So I'm always gonna be.
See, that's my relationship with The Walking Dead.
Yeah, fair enough. And fucking the first film was alright. It wasn't great, but it was alright. It was a fun time.
So
A bit confusing.
I knew nothing about the FNAF lore or games. Leon's a veteran. Before the first movie came out, leading up to it a few months before, we sat down and we played the games and we watched all these theory videos. Yeah, it was really nice to be a part of something like a really well developed franchise universe. Part 2, I like part 1, but part 2, game 2, is my favorite of the series so far, and that also reminds me of you and me because it's like
we struggled with that game.
we had a really fun time playing on.
Yeah, fun is subjective. we had the time. We had the time,
and I think it builds tension incredibly well. So
yeah, and the second game is where the lore like started to actually take itself seriously. The first one was just like fun little Easter eggs of like some kind of plot. This one's like, okay, something's going on here, and we can actually figure something out here. And now the film, obviously, the first one was based a lot on the first game, but with a lot of lore from outside it, and to make its own unique take. The second game is apparently based on the second movie is apparently based on the second game. Obviously, we're going to be following those animatronics
really
and everything.
excited about that.
I wonder what
Yeah.
they're going to add into it from outside. But yeah, I'm very interested to see what this film is like. I'm very excited. I love FNAF.
Yeah. Great stuff. Speaking of, I don't know, waiting for long times. Segue? Question mark?
Mm-hmm.
Avatar Fire and Ash?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. You know what?
This one's coming out a lot
thought for
faster
the
than the
longest
second
time-
one did.
That's for damn sure. I thought for the longest time that I have seen part 2 of Avatar. But I haven't. I just realized now I have not.
Oh, yeah, no, same. And I really wanted to. I kept planning to, but I
too.
never
Yeah,
found anyone
the
to
way
go we
Walter-
with at the time. And yeah, we just never made it work.
It just didn't happen. Yeah. Somehow Avatar was like the biggest movie of all time, and
Despite, I don't know anyone who's actually watched it.
no cultural significance at all. So yeah, that was that.
This one's got like the Ash people, like we're getting a tribe of Ash people, and we're getting a tribe of like nomadic people who stay in the air. I'm starting to see a few too many similarities to a certain other Avatar franchise that I like a lot, but we'll see.
We will. So also rounding off December, we've got Anaconda.
What
So
the
this is a
fuck?
Paul Rudd and Jack Black Christmas movie, which is some sort of soft reboot or continuation of the Anaconda movie that came out in
It's a reboot, apparently.
1997, I believe. Right. I love that movie, by the way.
What is this
I don't
movie?
think I've ever told
No.
you about Anaconda.
This is like, is this the shark thing all over again? Like, it's just.
Is this a... So, as a kid, we love physical media. And we have Leontina. I have a wall full of DVDs, and one of the sections is big ass animals. So there's like this crocodile movie that we used to watch, but on one of the covers is one of my favorite DVD covers I've ever seen in my life, and it's just these reptilian yellow eyes and like a snout looking face and the words anaconda. Okay? So when I told you I begged and begged my mum to watch this movie, and it's got Ice Cube in it, Owen Wilson, Jennifer Lopez, and that guy, I forget his name, but he's always in things.
That
And
narrows it
it's
down.
about this fuck off huge anaconda attacking the ship. And when I tell you, I loved it. I loved it so much that I watched Snakes on the Plane. I loved it so much that I did animal care
Don't tell me.
for my BTEC. And I do animal behavior at uni.
Wow.
This is what I think genuinely opened that door for me liking reptiles. I was the exotics manager at a place. Like, I'm telling you, this is where it started. I feel like you've learned something about me today.
A bit too much, to be honest. I think this is the last time I'm going to be on this show. um, no, yeah, okay.
So, I don't know how I feel about it being maybe a comedy in this Jack Black, Paul Rudd version, because it's pretty serious in the 1997 version. But you know what? I guess we'll see. I didn't know I had that much things to say about Anaconda.
Neither did I. I definitely didn't.
And then ending it on a wait. Did you have anything else to say?
No, I have no thoughts on Anaconda. Don't worry. Don't you worry about that.
All right. I'm gonna show you some clips from that movie after this.
Sure.
Okay, so ending it on a bang. We've got the Wonder Man TV show. Where what are we thinking about that?
Ooh, Wonder Man. Yes, yes, yes.
Because I'm very surprised
Um,
about. Sorry, I just killed your brain.
Yeah,
with that
sorry.
Anaconda
All I
talk.
could think about was Anaconda.
Snakes.
Pause. Anyway, and then Wonder Man. Very excited.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's another Disney Plus show introducing a brand new character like Miss Marvel, like Moon Knight. Shows that I like
Yeah.
for the most part. So
I don't know anything about
whilst
Wonder
I,
Man. He knows he's in a TV show. Is that?
so he's an actor.
Okay.
But what's weird is it's very different in the comics. He was a superhero for a while, and then recently he's become an actor as well. Here, he's an actor before he's a superhero, and he's auditioning for the role of a superhero called Wonder Man. And I guess he gets powers afterwards, and then becomes an actual superhero as well. I don't know. They flipped the order of it, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a Wonder Man fan at all. I don't know fuck all about him other than that part of his origin or whatever. So to me, other and like that, he in the comics, his brainwaves made Vision, and Wonder Man and Scarlet Witch had a relationship. Then Wonder Man died
Hey,
and the Vision is basically Wonder Man. So now then they had a relationship. Anyway, obviously they didn't do that in the MCU because Wonder Man wasn't even introduced yet.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity, but yeah, here we are. We're here now. I mean, maybe this is the way of how they bring Vision back because obviously he's fucking dead.
White Vision.
We've got White Vision put in Wonder Man's brainwaves, and bang, we have comic Vision. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that actually might be what they're doing. I didn't even.
Weird.
Okay,
This is
that
the third hit
yeah, this one's an action. That the Henry Cavill Ultraman thing isn't a prediction. It's just something I want to happen. This is a prediction. This is official.
All right.
But yeah,
You
the
heard it
show
here
looks like
first
fun.
on the web sputters.
It looks like a lot of fun, and I mean, I have to wait until fucking December for it. That'll be a nice birthday gift, unless the show's shit. But again,
I like
Hopefully
the idea that we're finally getting a definitive answer on if superhero content exists in the MCU.
right. As in like
Yeah.
stuff that you could just like comics and stuff.
Yeah. The way that like zombie material doesn't exist in The Walking
Yeah.
Dead properly.
Oh, yeah, true
And
point.
that's why no one calls them zombies. Like that's yeah,
Yeah. It's like how,
pretty
I mean, in
cool.
Spider-Man 1, Superman is a thing,
Is
and comic
referenced, yeah,
books are a thing that Aunt May just
yeah,
gives away, throws away.
bitch.
Fucking old hag. Uh, yeah.
So that pretty much wraps up the list. Now, Leon,
hmm
important question. Gun to your head, gun to your balls. You could only see one thing this year. What is it? It's pretty good stuff.
Okay, there's the Michael movie. There's Thunderbolts. There's Fantastic Four. There's Superman. There's Hurry Up Tomorrow. Oh, Daredevil. Fucking. Ah, man, there's too many things. Okay, okay. I'm thinking about if it comes out and I miss it.
Or where does FNAF?
Oh,
Where
FNAF
does
as
FNAF
well.
rank as
I'm
well?
thinking. Okay, if the thing comes out and I don't go and watch it, and I just find out about its plot details online, like with most other things, how miffed will I be compared to if I watched it? I feel like Hurry Up Tomorrow, I can
The
get
Henry
away with not
Cavill moustache thing.
that. I really want to experience myself. And yeah, Hurry Up Tomorrow, I feel like I can get away with just like reading about it online and seeing people talk about it and listen to the music of it
Yeah,
and just I don't know, seeing clips online, but not the full film in cinema. That's fine by me.
yeah.
Um, the Michael movie, I guess also,
See, I just don't know what direction it's gonna
yeah,
go
I
in,
guess I
man.
could also live with not watching that in full.
We have Michael Jackson documentaries at home.
Exactly, yeah. And I have the music. At the end of the day, I'll live. FNAF 2, I don't know how like, it depends on what kind of impact that film leaves on the law and the community and everything. Because then I'm going to be watching videos about the theories and I'm going to keep referencing that movie. I'm like, "God, I haven't seen it. I don't know what you're talking about." Um, but to be fair, I haven't played all the games and they reference those all the time and I've learned what happens in them anyway. I think I'll survive FNAF 2 as well. I mean, to be fair,
Oh,
I'll survive a lot of these things. Like, I can go without watching them and learn about them and be fine. It's more about how good
yeah,
is it? How annoyed will I be if I miss out? But if I
yeah.
can watch one of these, it's got to be Daredevil. I feel like, especially because it's a TV show,
Nice.
it's a bit harder to keep track
There's
of
more of
everything
it.
that just by osmosis on the internet. And yeah, it's just like I can't miss out on that. I don't think
Yeah,
I can miss out on those like the Marvel movies and stuff because I'll find out anyway and I'll live.
yeah,
I think I'll live. But yeah, Daredevil, I just really want to watch. Yeah.
yeah. Mine is between Invincible season three, because I'm very much invested.
Fair.
Daredevil Born Again, and I do really want to see Superman. But if I had to choose one, I would probably have to agree with you. Daredevil, hands
Yeah.
down. Favorite favorite comic book character. I've been watching the show in preparation, and I love Charlie Cox as Daredevil, and it looks like it's gonna go so hard, man.
Because I can't like if I go to Comic Con and something and then everyone's like, "Oh, did you watch Superman?" Like, "Oh no, I never got around to it. Sorry." And I'm like, "Oh, what? You didn't watch Superman?" Da, da, da." Yeah, but I watched insert all these other DCU films. By that point, if I
Yeah,
say I didn't watch fucking Thunderbolts, no one's gonna fucking break my balls for it. If I say I didn't watch
no,
Captain America 4, some people are boycotting it anyway, so like I have to pretend like I boycott it for the IDF thing. But if I say, and especially if I catch up on season 3, if I say, nah, I didn't watch Born Again, I know I'm just gonna get people go, what? You didn't
what?
watch Daredevil Born Again? Bro, it's so good! Especially if this is assuming all of these things come out and they're good. And yeah,
Yeah,
people are gonna lose their minds on me and gonna make me feel guilty as shit about it. And then I'm gonna be like, fuck, you're right. I need to watch it. But yeah.
yeah. 100%. Just to see him walk down another corridor, dimly lit corridor, and wreck shop.
Yeah, I need another hallway action scene.
Yeah, it really does look like it's gonna be a return to form. So good.
Can't wait.
All right, well, I am really looking forward to everything coming out this year. We'll try and make videos and stuff about it. But I think this pretty much concludes the episode.
Yeah, first episode
First episode
that it will
done.
actually air. Second episode recorded.
If you stuck around, if you stuck around to the very end, thank you for listening. We'll try and get episodes out every week. Obviously, we've got jobs and other crap going on in our lives, but we are really gonna try.
We will do
Um,
what is possible.
we will do what is possible. Correct. But yeah, if you're interested in the type of content that we're gonna make, just like and subscribe and follow. Rate us 5 stars. I think is that the highest amount of stars.
Probably.
Rate us some stars,
Rate
please.
us all the stars.
Yeah.
Or not, like if
Um,
if you got actual criticism, then tell us, and then maybe we will
Yeah,
try and do
we're
we'll
probably
try
gonna
and do
have-
better. Less yapping. Oh, my bad. Can't fix that one. Sorry.
Yeah. We have a YouTube channel, Web Sputterers. No, Web Sputters. follow that. And Instagram, web_sputters. So you can follow us there. Do you want to plug your actual Instagram?
Oh, I mean, yeah. I guess I can plug. It's a penism with an underscore so it's
Yeah.
pen_isn't. And yeah, I used to post art. Hopefully I'll start doing that again. I haven't done it since fucking February.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just draw like a shitty sketch, and then the second slide is the actual thing. I don't know why, I just felt like that was funny to do. But yeah, mostly fan art of stuff like the stuff I like Dragon Ball and superhero stuff.
I think you had a Daredevil
But it-
one, which was pretty cool.
But yeah, every now and then I post like an original thing I just drew, like a creature thing. I like drawing like gross stuff sometimes. But yeah, yeah, that's where you can find me. But yeah, I don't know when the next time I will post a drawing. We'll see.
But that's where we're gonna be.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got lots of content on the YouTube channel. We've got Star Wars Battlefront 2, Marvel Rivals. Got trying to do some video essay stuff. So yeah, check us out.
Yeah.
Thank you all for listening to our first very long episode. Next week's episode probably going to talk about Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And we'll try and plug a animated Spider-Man short video in there as well. So yeah,
All right.
thank you all for listening, and we'll see
See you next one.
next week. Bye.